Enhance. Enhance. Enhance.
There we are. Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 14th at the time of today's stream. Hold on a second here. I've got a package. Take off the address label. There we go. And I'm going to keep it aside. That'll do. So, shout out to Stardukey. I call him the Dukester. Fucking awesome. I'm wearing a shirt that he sent me about a year ago. I streamed Minecraft a while ago, and we just randomly bring it up, and he was like, hey man, I got this really cool Minecraft shirt. It says Diggy Diggy Hole on it. He sent me this. He sent me I don't know, handcrafted, but he had it made, but a personalized magnet, and it's awesome. It's him waving in his comic style. That's awesome. And he sent me a scarf. Now, I'm not going to open this for a little while. I'm going to wait. It's cut off by the camera. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to leave it in the box, as you can see here. It's like a orb cube, just in cardboard form. I'm going to hold on to this until he shows up. Or if he happens to not show up today, I'm not entirely sure if he will, I'll open this within like the next hour or so. I want to savor the moment for when he's here because we have a Discord and everything, and he was showing me the work he does. He does all this by hand, man. Great guy. Love you, bro. Thank you so much for all the support and all the cool stuff. So, now that we established that, we are going to continue with Halo Reach. Why does it say I'm unstable? I am not unstable. So, we are on Long Night of Solace. I don't know what stage this is. I'm not even going to worry about it. We're continuing onward. Now, just a heads up, I do want to stream Halo 4 following this, so we're probably going to beat this either today or tomorrow. I want to get into a little bit of D2. I know servers have been questionable. And a lot of us hardcore players are like, well, but I mean, look at Bungie. They got our money. Lurk, what's up? They got our money, so what does it matter? But me personally, I love my Destiny. So thankfully, I didn't decide to play today because the servers are down. There have been some major server issues. Lurk, I see you, man. As I just said before you dropped in, I got Dukes' scarf here that he sent me. So I'm waiting for him to show up before I open this. I want to do it live. I'm also wearing a shirt he sent me a while ago. Today is awesome. All right.
Noble 6, the Savannah's countermeasures won't work forever. Find a way inside and permanently disable that cruiser's communications. As soon as we're sure the Corvette can't squawk, we'll initiate Uppercut Phase 2.
I love how there's, like, no audio because we're in space. Okay, there we go. Now we're out of space. Now we're in space. Now we are on top of a ship, and now we're back in. Oh, it's still interesting. Still low gravity here. Why can't it be like this on the moon in Destiny?
Savannah. Enemy comm relay is now offline.
Copy that. Halting countermeasures, diverting all power and personnel to weapons.
All right, Noble. Let's get that slip space bomb on board. 6, head for the hangar.
Colonel, on our way to the hangar.
Noble 5, meet him there.
Affirmative. On approach.
This is also a firefight map. I remember this. I remember playing this a lot, and it was fucking awesome. I love how grenades still follow our regular rules of gravity, even though apparently there is none in this area. Just gonna go on my shift. I'm gonna repair this. Oh my god, soldiers! This is pretty impressive, man. Considering the low gravity of the game's engine and then the fidelity that we get. Okay. Oh my god. Damn it. I gotta do that over again. Okay. No, I don't. I gotta reload. Nice. They're still shooting him.
Six, go for those shield controls. I need in.
All right, we're in. Clark, what's up, man? It is going well. How are you?
Kick aboard, Colonel.
Copy that. 6. Get your fire team.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Celebrate accordingly.
The super carrier will have to be initiated manually.
Again, we got Dukes' scarf here. I'm just waiting for him to show up before I open it. It came yesterday
My pleasure.
while we were up in New
Hear
Hampshire.
that, Lieutenant? I'll be all by my lonesome back here. Make it quick, would you?
Noble 6, get that Corvette moving toward the supercarrier. Head for the bridge. Find the nav controls.
We've got plenty of arms and ammo to get smart.
Engaging! Got him on my side. Please.
Savannah to Holland, sustaining major structural
Warm and sunny evenings, so just chilling out. How's Final Fantasy 16?
Is in.
I gotta ask.
Break off! Break off! Hull breach! Reactors flaring! Damn it, I'm losing her!
Freaking awesome. I mean, it's really... Man, that's PlayStation exclusive, isn't it? Ugh. I don't know, man. I don't think I could get into something like that.
Can you hear me?
Like, my life would be taken over. It's been pretty bad with Tears of the Kingdom, because Tears of the Kingdom is so good. Like, Tears of the Kingdom's incredible, man.
Deep with no cover. Get that Corvette moving and get the hell out of there.
Looks like the bridge is Let's clear it out.
Oh, nice! That's right. We do specialty kills when we get them from behind. Dude, there are so many Game of the Year contenders out there. Like, I mean, Hogwarts Legacy, I don't know if it'll win, but it certainly deserves a nomination. Tears of the Kingdom, ugh. Then we got Armored Core coming out in September. We got Starfield in September. We got Final Fantasy 16. What's the, is it the demo that you played, or is it the actual release? Because there's so many good games out that could be Game of the Year contenders. It's kind of ridiculous how many good games. It's crazy to say that there is actually good shit out there. Right? Like, it blows my mind, especially in this AAA. Ooh, okay. So yeah, Final Fantasy 16, Tears of the Kingdom, Hogwarts Legacy, Armored Core 6, Starfield. Even though it won't even be nominated, I give my personal stamp of approval to RoboCop Rogue City. It's not gonna win! It definitely won't win, but goddammit, I nominate it, and it's my personal Game of the Year 2023. Until I play Starfield, or I should say, sorry, until I stream Starfield, I nominate my personal opinion. Tears of the Kingdom. Official personal opinion. Not wishful thinking. Hey! Hey, 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 hey. What the fuck? Where is this guy? There he is. It's very different than any other Final Fantasy. Very adult. Good. Good. Violence. Good. Profane. That's RoboCop. See, now you know why I'm nominating RoboCop Rogue City. It's not even out yet. I've only seen a few videos for it, which, dude, okay, look. I'm putting my controller down for this. Starting from the beginning, RoboCop and the first two, the only Terminator films that matter. Salvation is excellent in my opinion. I consider that an excellent film. Bad marketing, which is why it has bad, like, cadence surrounding it. But Terminator and RoboCop are two high-profile, very important, and groundbreaking films. And the reason I mention that is because if you never heard of the F-bomb, but all over the place in 16, it's very game... Nice. So is there a lot of, like, let me put this right, cleavage? Is there a lot of titties in it? Let's just... Titties. Is there titties? Probably some nipples here and there. Because, you know, Game of Thrones, I've never seen it, which I heard a lot of good things about, and I should watch it. There's a lot of violence and nudity in it. Like, I think there's like an orgy scene in it and everybody dies. But with the Terminator, the same studio that is making Rogue City made Terminator Resistance. Is it Resistance? Why am I drawing a blank on this? I should fucking know this. Hold on a sec here. Other PC games. Terminator... Yeah, Terminator Resistance. Okay, I was right. It is really good. It's a little rough around the edges, but I relate Terminator Resistance to Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is very rough around the edges, very around the rough edges, but it's really good, and it plays into that Terminator mythos, like, perfectly. Because, like, if you're a hardcore Terminator fan and, like, you're like, trying to think of the right term, you're a gaming snob, like, everything has to look good, and it's such a stupid concept, but gaming snobs, you play Terminator Resistance, and the first few stages are kind of boring because, you know, you have, like, just basic weapons, like an assault rifle and, like, an Uzi 9mm, and you're shooting, like, drones. Like, you're not even fighting the Terminators or the Endoskeletons, the iconic characters, right? You're fighting, like, aerial drones, and you gotta watch out for silverfish mines, and, you know, there's a lock-picking system and a loot system just like Fallout 3, and you're like, is this a Fallout mod? What is this? But the story starts picking up when you get to this little camp where you had to run away from some Terminators, because there's a stage in particular, I forget the name of the character, she's your main love interest. You try and rescue her or something, and you gotta break into a hospital to get intel. No nudity yet, but there are definitely indications it will get more raunchy. Now that's Game of the Year for me. So if you're touting the Final Fantasy 16 as Game of the Year, and it wins, I owe you a pint. And I can never, ever say you're wrong. You can hold me, record this shit. But no, in all seriousness, you have just basic weaponry, and you have to stealth around this hospital. And there's this one part in particular where you crouch and walk into a duct, and the duct is like behind some walls with these like small openings, and you could just see through. And you see this endoskeleton walking, holding a phase plasma rifle in one hand, and dragging a corpse by the neck into a research room. And that's when it hits you. And then the story starts picking up, and it literally feels like the prequel to The Gap that bridges Terminator 1 and 2, and it's fucking incredible, dude. If you look up Terminator Resistance reviews on YouTube, but you kind of focus in on the hardcore Terminator fans that reviewed the game, and they will all say the same thing, which is this is probably the best Terminator game we'll ever get because it feels just right. It has that the aesthetic from the first Terminator film with the future war sequences, where the film opens up and it says the machines of the future have waged a war against humanity, but the fight for the future will not take place then, but here tonight in 1984. That whole dark, bluish, just really desolate future, that is the art style that is applied to Terminator Resistance. So as a Terminator fan who loved Resistance, I actually have it installed on my PC, modded to fucking back. It's so good. It looks beautiful. It has all the classic sound effects, like that iconic plasma rifle sound effect. There's an interesting progression system. The game is rough around the edges, but its quality comes through into some of its parts. I know that's kind of a cagey thing to say, but the game is at best when you combine to some of its parts. If you break it down, it's rough around the edges. The dialogue is a little like stilted, but it tells a good story and it's a lot of fun. And it adds to the mythos, which is really cool. And there's an interesting like timeline hook that is part of the story when you reveal what's going on. So knowing all of this for Terminator Resistance and seeing them apply that to RoboCop, dude, sign me up. It comes out, I think, the first or second week of September, dude. September is going to be loaded. I think it's going to start with RoboCop, and then we're going to have Armored Core, and then Cyberpunk, and then Starfield, which I will be getting Starfield. When I say that, as I just said that, I should say, I feel a little cautiously hesitant on Starfield, knowing what happened with reception of Fallout 76 and how I felt about Fallout 4. But seeing how it's a new IP, and at the time Fallout 3 was brand new, I do have high hopes. So more 90% absolute certainty will be streamed. But if you take all those games and just put them in their own pile, RoboCop is the one I am most excited for. So I totally feel you. With Final Fantasy 16. That's exactly how I feel about RoboCop. But one thing, like I watched an IGN release video, or like a preview video and a GameSpot release video. I like GameSpot because they're more like grounded and mindful in their approach, and IGN is more like the emotional response, like, ooh, this is awesome, as opposed to, well, it looks awesome, but technically. That's the difference between IGN and GameSpot, right? But both of them said it feels weird because the developers came out and said, we specifically designed a gameplay to be in a first-person shooter, but RoboCop is deliberately slow and methodical because he kind of plods around. I mean, if you're familiar with the first two films, the third film, don't even bother. The comics are good, but if you watch the original RoboCop, he essentially just walks everywhere. And the only time he kind of, like, dashed for a second was when he shot out. Emil was trying to run him over with the van in, like, the culminating final action scene where they're in the steel mill. Emil's like, okay, now I gotcha. And RoboCop, he does his iconic, I love how he puts his arm up. He does his iconic shooting stance and he shoots the window out. And just before he's run into the chemical vat, which turns Emil into the Melting Man, which is fucking awesome, you see RoboCop sprint to the side. So I'm assuming that will be an ability. I don't know. But RoboCop is all slow, plodding, and methodical, and the gameplay reflects that. And the developer was like, look, in the day and age of all these like movement-heavy based first-person shooters, especially Destiny, we wanted to have it feel like RoboCop. So in all of the gameplay you see, you're just walking and you're a walking tank. So I'm excited. Okay. The initial response from gamers to the FF16 demo is very positive. We'll have to wait for the official reviews, but agree GameSpot is usually reliable. They are, and they have like some really good talk shows I watched the Tears of the Kingdom one where Max something, he's like the Legend of Zelda guy. He does all of his videos. There were actually techniques named after him, and he was giving his thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom. And he's like, it's really good. And of course, dude, we all know Tears of the Kingdom is. I actually checked out what capture looks like. I'm like, this looks really good. I really want to stream Tears of the Kingdom, but considering the word of mouth around like piracy and Switch emulation, I want to avoid that minefield. You know what I mean? Because people will come in and they'll be like genuinely excited, and then they're like, "Oh, what Switch are you playing on? OLED, handheld?" But I'm like, "Oh, I'm Yuzu's emulator," and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm out," and then I'll get reported. I don't want that. Older stuff, I don't mind, but like Tears of the Kingdom, I will not stream that. I would love to. Again, maybe I'll do some videos. I want to do more YouTube videos starting with RoboCop. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm not streaming Switch emulation for brand new titles. I'm pirating. I don't want to like drive that ideology into people's minds when they come. Oh, Saikoro's that guy who pirates all of his games. I don't want that to happen. I want people to come in like you guys. Oh, he's great. He streams all this really good and retro variety. That's what I want to be known for. I don't want to be known for piracy. Cheers to that. Ethical piracy, my friends. Ethical piracy. Preserve games and enjoy them to your heart's content. Activate refueling sequence. Okay. I guess we go here. Activate sequence! Why isn't it activating? Oh, we gotta press X. Okay.
Well done, Noble Six. Uppercut initiated. Corvette is underway.
6. Our ride out of here is taking heavy fire. Get back to the hangar.
Now that's how it's done.
Get out of here, kid. You bother me. But that's good, dude, especially in today's gaming landscape, to have positive word of mouth.
Enough to eat a meal out.
That's awesome to see, because we all know how things are monetarily driven, and like it's kind of egregious, and actually it's very egregious and super oppressive. Like, dude, Destiny is having a fuck ton of server issues. And if you look at it objectively, it's like, okay, at its core, Destiny 2 plays brilliantly. Like, it's the gunplay in Destiny is like an industry-leading standard, dude. But the juxtaposition is you look at the monetary systems that have been injected into Destiny. It's sickening. It really is. I was just watching a really good video by this excellent YouTuber. I'm totally like plugging him, November Hotel. He's more of like an old guard Destiny YouTuber. And I just watched this video about monetization and Bungie's stance on everything. It's really sickening. Because Destiny is great, but the point he makes, and I talk about this all the time, this is why I'm like, I need to do YouTube videos. I need to do a lot more of that rather than just animating whenever those will be released, right? Like, when you play Destiny 1, I'll never forget this. I'm putting my controller down again. I wouldn't say I'm on my soapbox today, but there's a lot of things to be said, because back in D1, I'll never forget this. I just got off of a stint playing with all of my friends and everything. Forget exactly what we were doing. But the Cosmodrome, it's iconic in Destiny sphere, right? So in Destiny 1, like around the December or November when it originally came out. It came out in September that year, and it was like a month later I'm playing it. Again, we just dropped off of a big activity. It was like 2 in the morning. And I'm like, I'm just going to patrol around the Cosmodrome, and I'm going to get some spin metal. It's a consumable you need to upgrade stuff, back when it mattered. And I was in like one of the main hubs, and there was this Titan running around. And I just couldn't help but stop and stare at this character because he had the Vault of Glass set on, which is very rare shader called Chatterway. It was essentially, hold on. It was essentially this right here. Which is like, this is iconic. Like, when I think of Halo, I always think of Master Chief, right? So it was this armor set right here. This is just fucking awesome. Titan Vault of Glass set. Like, the McFarlane action figure set speaks to me, because the way they went about designing their Warlock, their Hunter, and their Titan here, along with, like, you know, the Vanguard Headmasters, right? Like, I always played as a Titan, Kabir, however you say. I think it's Kabir. Hand me a Kabir, bro. Hold my Kabir. The Kabir Titan set, that's what I wore in D1. The Iron Banner Hunter set in D1, I wore that all the time. The Warlock King's Fall armor set, I wore all the time. Like, those are my characters, and they're action figures. So when Destiny is no longer a thing, I could hold these action figures and be like, I remember this, right? So I see that Titan, and I was like, dude, this looks amazing. So I did my research, and it turns out to get the set, I didn't know at the time, you have to beat the raid, and they're random drops. Each encounter, there's the Templar encounter, there's the Harpy encounter, and then the Atheon encounter. Which Atheon was the boss. The Harpy encounter took place before the boss, and then the Templar was what started the whole vault, right? Vault of Glass. Great raid. Even by today's standards, it's what saved Destiny. It really did. So I'm like, oh, dude, I need to grind this out. I need to play Vault of Glass. I need to get this armor set because I really want it. And of course, you get weapons and everything to drop with it, and you play with your friends. It was just fucking incredible, right? And then I'm like, where do I get the Chatterwhite set? Oh, that's part of the raid. So me seeing that armor set incentivized me to play Vault of Glass until I got those items. And it was very engaging because of the raid. Vault of Glass was really good. Now in Destiny, when you see a really cool character running around and you inspect that player and you go into their armor, their loadout, etc., where did they get their armor from? Eververse. They bought it. So needless to say, summarizing this, all of the really cool stuff is behind a paywall. And that's my point with AAA gaming today, and why it's great to see so many people giving Final Fantasy XVI praise. Destiny 2 is very good gameplay-wise, but the way they have you earn stuff, it's all behind monetization. Like, what happened to the day and age where we sat for hours, like, trying to beat a challenge, or grinding something out through all these different gameplay hooks to get something? Now it's like, you want the cool shit, you gotta buy it. Like, even in Halo Reach here, or the Master Chief Collection, I should say. Back when Halo Reach originally launched, all of the armor sets were acquired by doing set challenges. Survive this many rounds in firefight on this map with these settings. Or play the campaign with this skull on, or on this difficulty, and or both, right? Now, there's a menu here. Challenge Hub? Yeah, so now it's all a grind, right? So if I do this challenge, I get 2 of those little currencies, so I can unlock stuff that is available here in the game. Like, it's kind of the same system, but now it's more gamified. This feels like, to me, they meant to put in microtransactions, but they didn't, and this was a system they could cook. See here, complete the 4th set of 4-player firefight on Heroic or harder. Must be in Flood Fight. So that was originally something that we got an armor piece out of. Now we get 2 currencies and experience that feed into a system that is an unlock system. And now it's system-wide. So if I want to unlock Reach stuff, I could play anything. Some of the grind is questionable, but what is this? Player engagement? Is player engagement a thing? Is that a creation of a developer saying in a board meeting, look, we want to keep players invested? And the 2 conversations that could happen from are A, which is the unlikely one. I'll read that in a second. Do we have grinding with players' intentions in mind? Or, which is the most likely candidate, we want players to spend money so they could get this shit. I think we all know the answer. That's the problem with AAA gaming today. There still are very good examples of gaming, namely Final Fantasy XVI, Tears of the Kingdom. Armored Core is probably going to be very fantastic. I think Hogwarts Legacy, the way they handle it, it's a feature-complete single-player experience where you play the game and you get things for accomplishing things. Instead of, I'm going to Eververse, the Destiny 2 cash shop, and I'm going to buy this really cool. Don't get me wrong, I've bought plenty of stuff, but it's gotten to the point now where there's a cool armor set for the Titan. It's awesome. It's like this, it's like the Bull True Metal in Halo. So if you, if somebody was lunging at you with the sword, so when you have the sword here, just for context, your reticule turns red and you lunge, that's like a one-shot kill. But in Halo 2, if the person you're locking into has a shotgun and they kill you as you're lunging at them, you get this medal called Bull True. And it's this steer skull with horns on it. The Titan set looks just like that. And it's $10 is essentially 1,000 silver. The set in Destiny is 1,500 silver. So instead of playing an activity to look like this Bull True medal, I have to spend money on it. I almost caved and got it, but I'm like, you know what? I never play as my Titan. Not a lot of people are going to do that. People are going to buy it. It will be Final Fantasy purists out. The game feels too brutal and adult and divergent from the OG titles, but gamers have to, you know, that's a very good point. Gamers have to evolve the same way, evolve Lara Croft from a family platformer to a gritty adventure. Modern games need modern games. Questgiver, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have on-screen chat, and we're waiting for StarVix to appear before we open up the scarf he sent me. I'm really excited. I think I know what it looks like, but I am not opening this until he gets here, or at least within the next couple of hours. In the middle of stream, so can't say anything. Hi, and hope you. Thank you. Thank you for you stopped on by and you said hello. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Games do have to evolve, and you guys know my stance on Nintendo. I absolutely cannot stand their presence and what they do to communities. But goddamn, dude, you cannot deny the games they publish and release, especially Tears of the Kingdom. And the reason I say Tears of the Kingdom is it goes right with what you're saying about how games need to evolve. I think Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are essentially the same thing. But Tears of the Kingdom relishes in and expands upon the brilliance that was Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is still very incredible, because without Breath of the Wild, we would not have Tears of the Kingdom. Just like how if we didn't have Ocarina of Time, we would not have had Majora's Mask, which are two of the most lauded, highly spoken of, highly rated games of all time. And there's a lot of Legend of Zelda purists who say the same thing. So take that comment you just said about Final Fantasy purists who feel the game is this and that, and games need to evolve. Replace Final Fantasy with Legend of Zelda, and Tears of the Kingdom definitely proves that point. Because at its core, it's still Zelda, Legend of Zelda, through and through, thick and thin, front back, for better for worse. But it's modernized, and it's really good. Dude, listen. All I do in Tears of the Kingdom, I unlock the whole map. I'm looking for Korok seeds and remaining shrine. I almost said dungeons. Remaining shrines. I think I've put 95 hours altogether into that game. I do not care about beating it. I just enjoy playing it. Now, the new car smell is starting to wear off. So, you know, like, I would sit and play for like a few hours at a time here and there. Now it's like I'll maybe put an hour or less in. I'm like, you know, kind of. I've kind of seen everything, been there, done that. But the gameplay loop is so good. And it's a natural evolution of Zelda. So cheers and hats off to that comment, dude. Gaming does need to evolve. But with the temperature or the climate of the conversation we're having right now, monetization and AAA gaming and how it's kind of a shit show, there is, without a doubt, room for proper evolution and proper gameplay application without it being a monetized shit show. There is a time and a place for that, but not every game has to have it. And I think if you look at Redfall or games like Payday or even Diablo Immortal, which just came out on mobile and whatever, like the monetization is egregious. Even Diablo 4, that's kind of like the newest one that just came out like a week ago. The conversation around that now is the game is great. It's a little repetitive, but it's a dungeon crawler. We all know that. But the coolest looking armor, again, back to the Destiny conversation we're having. Like, it's like, it kind of looks like a ring wraith or something like that. No, it looks like Sauron, just with a skull for a face instead. And that's like $22. It's like, that's a third of the game's price, man, for a fucking piece of armor. Like, what the hell? I am privileged. I have lived and played through the entire gaming evolution. Yep, dude. I started with, do I have the controller here? Hold on. It's here somewhere. Here it is. It's just hidden. I have a little pile of shit here. It's not a literal pile of shit. It's a pile of stuff. I'm just saying shit. I started with this. This is important to me. This is why I love Nintendo. Because of their pedigree and what they did for the gaming industry. And this is a legit Nintendo controller, man. Hold on. Put up my... This is a legit Nintendo controller. This is not a USB, like Bluetooth, 8-bit do rehash. I wouldn't say rehash. I'm sorry. That's insulting. 8-bit do does really good stuff. They just released a bunch of Pro controllers that are essentially their iteration of the Nintendo Switch controller, the Switch Pro controller. But this here, this is where we started. This is where I started. This is important to a lot of people. And now, I mean, if you look at, let's just do a comparison here. If you look at this, D-pad, start, select button, B and A, it's evolved into this, which is essentially another iteration from Microsoft. Same concept, right? Now we just have 2 analog sticks and a fuck ton more buttons. Here, This is where it started for me. Probably started for a lot of people. I mean, what the Magnavox Odyssey and Ralph Bayer's Pong, right? Those are just that's important. And going with 8-bit do here, this guy is awesome. I was actually using this as a stopgap for when PCSX2 was giving me some controller issues. This here, dude, this is awesome. I mean, I'll showcase this, but this is essentially an SNES controller, just streamlined with 2 analog sticks on it. It's colored after the Famicom, like, Nintendo system, like what the Nintendo actually looked like in Japan. And you can see it has L2, R2, L and R. The thumbsticks essentially function like a PlayStation controller. This is Bluetooth compliant. Awesome. But again, where did it all start? I mean, yeah, you had the Commodore and all that stuff across the pond, which I'm sure you're quite familiar with. You probably grew up on that. I can't remember if we had that conversation. I mean, this. I mean, you could see where it started, where it eventually went, and with the Xbox controller, where it is now. It all started with Nintendo. And those of us who grew up in it understand that. I wouldn't necessarily say we defend what Nintendo's currently doing, but look at that opinion. And that opinion stems from our roots in which we grew up with, right? Like, I'm sure if you look at gamers now who started gaming with N64 when they were like 5 years old, they're like, first game I ever played was Ocarina of Time, and it was amazing. I've actually watched some YouTube. I've been looking at a whole bunch of like Zelda history. And they'll be like, dude, oh man, I started playing, I didn't even know what I was doing in Ocarina of Time, and it took me a year to grasp what I was doing to finally beat it. And that is their memory. For me, it's Super Mario Brothers on the Super Mario Brothers on the 8-bit NES. And incredible. And that goes again with, we grew up. Yeah, what frame? The Nintendo controller? I didn't realize you said that. I'm sorry, man. The chat disappeared on my OBS screen before I could see it. But games do have to evolve, and there will be some stipulations along the way because the industry learns and the industry moves forward because of it. But the way it feels to me that indie games now encapsulate what retro gaming is. I was just watching a video. I think the game is called Light and Dark, and the developer was saying if we can't put our finger on the pulse of what gaming used to be, and we can't deliver on that ideology when we produce games, we're just gonna fucking quit and shut the studio down. Because you look at what Ubisoft and Bungie and EA do with their game. Yeah, right? That's what it was. You had to install multiple copies. I remember when I got Doom as shareware, and then I bought Doom 2 at CompUSA, and I had the 3 3/4-inch plastic floppy disk. Plastic floppy, that's a juxtaposition. I inserted the plastic disc and I installed Doom, which was like megabytes in size. I miss that, dude. I don't have my my physical copies here, but I miss that. I miss going to Toys R Us, getting the card that has the title on it. Your parents or my grandmother fucking spoiled the shit out of me, dude. Like, what do you want? Pick anything you want. So I went to the gaming section. I got the little card for a Dreamcast game. I'm actually thinking Marvel's Capcom. We went to the cash register. We paid. They put the stamp on the receipt, and they're like, go over to the kiosk in the front, which was that edition they built where they had all of their video games stored. And you went there, and the guy walked up to the door. It was a clear plastic door that was split, so he opened it up. It was like going to you watch Braveheart, and the guy opens up his barn door. He goes, "What are you buying? What are you selling? I'll trade it at fair price." And you hand him the card, and he's like, all right, I'll be right back. And you see him walk, because everything was alphabetical. He walked, pulled the game off the shelf, handed it to you. You were excited in the car, adult or not. You drove home. You took the cellophane wrap off of the game. You open up the case. You take out the manual. And you're like, oh, wow. Ooh, these are the controls. Oh, this is the story summarization. These are screenshots. Wow, I can't wait to go home. You go home and you flip your lid, you put the disc in, you shut the lid, you hit the power button, you wait with the controller. Now it's like, you go to the store, wherever it is. What happened to my headset? You get the idea. And lastly on this is why I think, putting graphics first and foremost in an opinion of a game is bullshit, because we all go back to retro games, right? Like I was talking before about how people's first gaming experience was like Ocarina of Time or Super Mario 64 on the N64. Let's go previous to that, right? Or beyond that. Let's go back further. Let's say, hey, Super Mario Brothers was your first gameplay experience, right? Ask anybody who goes back and plays those games and ask how the graphics are. Oh, well, you know, they're okay. But you don't play it for the graphics. So whenever anybody brings up, oh, well, the game has to have like really good graphics. And don't get me wrong, to an extent, I would say it's more about art direction, right? It's all about art direction. That's why Halo Reach here. I almost fucked up again. I almost said Infinite. But Halo Reach, thank God. Halo Reach looks fucking phenomenal. Halo 3, for better for worse, even with its paper-thin story, it still looks not bad. It's not as refined as Reach, obviously, because Reach came out after. Or you look at the original Halo Combat Evolved, the original iteration, either through Master Chief Collection here, or the PC version, or even the original Xbox version. Graphics, okay, yes, they don't look as good as today, but what makes those games special is the art direction and the style they have. So when anybody says, oh, dude, graphics are the most important. Say, hey, what's your favorite retro game? They'll probably be like, oh, dude, I grew up playing Crazy Taxi on a Dreamcast. And you'd be like, what do you think of the graphics there? And they'd be like, oh, well, I don't really play it for the graphics. I just play it because it's a game. That entire argument of graphics matter the most is bullshit. Yes, you want a game to look good, but it's not all about the graphics. It's about how it plays. And if you've played Fallout 3 or Terminator Resistance or even Elder Scrolls, I almost said Morrowind, Elder Scrolls, right? It's not about the graphics. It's how you're immersed in it. Right? Look at Daggerfall, dude. Daggerfall is one of the most highly regarded earlier Bethesda games. And it's a sprite-based, like, geometry fest. Right? And don't get me wrong, dude. Like, frame rate is important for games where it matters. Like, especially first-person shooters. Like, I haven't experienced 120 hertz first-person shooting, but my cousin Kevin told me, like, he's like, dude, it's about how many frames happen a second. And it's not about the fluidity, but it's about the extra responsiveness you get. So, yes, for games like newer games like Halo Infinite or Destiny on all PC gaming in first-person shooters like Overwatch or Apex Legends or even Call of Duty, whatever the latest iteration. Yes, frame rate matters because you're trying to be as precise as possible in the shortest window possible. Because when you see another player in your field of view, which is your camera. When a character walks into your field of view, enemy or other player or not, they get into that field of view. You want to suppress, defeat, eliminate whatever that target as quickly as possible. So for first-person shooters, frame rate, absolutely. 60 FPS, 120 FPS, maximum fidelity, 4K graphics. You want the best possible experience. But that argument of, 60 frames a second plus and fidelity, that only carries true for first-person shooters. But, like, I keep my ear to the ground with the Tears of the Kingdom modding community and like the user community, and everyone's like, hey, how could I get Tears of the Kingdom to run at 60 frames a second? Why is it not 60 frames a second? This game sucks because it's not 60 frames a second. The game is not designed to run at 60 frames a second. Would it be nice to have that extra fidelity? Yes, but the game is not designed around that. So there's a lot of, Reddit is pretty much DOA right now, right? But a lot of people on Reddit are like, hey, when I play this game with 60 frames a second, there is a lot of frame stutter and frame drops. This sucks. Does it suck because of your own personal agenda with 60 frames a second, or it's because that's what you expect? Because Tears of the Kingdom is supposed to run at 30 frames a second. I was actually messing around with it this morning. If you're running Yuzu and you hit Control-U, you unlock the frame rate, right? And to me, it felt weird with it running at 45, 50 frames a second because it's like watching a film. Film is shot at 24 frames a second. It's the standard that gives fluid movements that is realistic. Hence a film. You're watching a recording of somebody acting as a character. It's supposed to be 24 frames a second. That's why, like, what was it? There was a soap opera effect, they called it, on a lot of TVs from the mid-2000s. Where I remember the first thing you would do when you purchase a TV, if you were were aware that you immediately would shut off the soap opera effect. It just looked weird. Like, you try and watch, like, Terminator 2 or RoboCop, back to that, right? It would just look really weird with that high refresh rate. So yes, 60 frames a second is important, but it doesn't have to be for everything. So Tears of the Kingdom, I have a mod that makes it scale at 1008p, so it's like 72p shorter than 1080p, but it looks great because it shuts off dynamic resolution. I actually tried running with it off, and I was like, oh, this looks weird because it's so much crisper with a slightly lower resolution running at 30 frames a second, right? So yeah, this whole like graphical snob, you know, argument and all that, like, it's all a moot point, dude. Because again, you ask somebody what their favorite retro game is, oh, Super Mario Brothers. That's not, well, it's 60 hertz, but it's not like designed to be 60 FPS fidelity. It's a game that plays very well because of art direction and gameplay and all that. And you can see how, even though it feels like I may be spinning my wheels here, all of the things I'm talking about do pertain very importantly. So, you know, with Halo Reach here, I've had that pause for like 10 minutes now. When I first played Halo Reach, it was 30 frames a second with a narrow field of view. We can go and adjust it and all that stuff, right? See? This is what it used to be. I think it was at like 95. This is what it used to be. And now this is what it is. We could see more because of the extra processing, but it was not this fluid. And it's great to play it this way. This is why I'm huge into games preservation and emulation and backwards compatibility, which is the official way to say it. Because it enhances the experience. And that's why I love playing Tears of the Kingdom on Yuzu, because we could do things like that. I won't stream it though. Again, people argue piracy and they're not wrong. But years from now, say our Switches die and they're hard to repair and they don't make tech anymore, how will I be able to play Tears of the Kingdom? If I want to sit with Tears of the Kingdom 20 years from now, the natural evolution, I have to do it. Extra means. So yeah, man, back where we started, I'm glad to see reception around Tears of the Kingdom is really good, even though it's like on lesser hardware. That's a testament to the whole graphical thing. But even more importantly, in this gaming landscape, it's excellent to see people really happy with Final Fantasy. I think that's awesome. Like, fucking A. Hell yes. Alright, back to actual gameplay now.
More coming
At
in!
your earliest convenience, Noble 6.
Going cold.
Ah, dude, Pop goes. That's amazing. He's dead.
Angle down!
Good of you to come. Hostiles are pounding the hell out of a pelican.
I love this skull, man. This is great. I love how if enemies are above us, they appear as a triangle on the radar. Balance, absolutely. Seen some games reviews are like 50% about maintains 50% about if it maintains 60 FPS all the time, and if it drops below 60, even for a few seconds, it's considered a failure. Jarminx was here on Monday, and we had a pretty in-depth discussion about Starfield. Now, you know, if you watch the presentation, and I'm assuming that I wouldn't say assuming. I'm coming to the conclusion based off of what I perceive that Starfield was running on, like, I guess GigaChad PC, like the top of the line, like 4090 with, like, you know, 64 gigs of RAM, the latest processor. Everything to make sure that the presentation could show the best possible version or iteration of Starfield. With Starfield, essentially, to me, it looks like a modernized Fallout 3 in space. And I'm fine with that. Fallout 3 is my measuring stick for Bethesda pedigree games, right? But if you pay close attention to a few case instances, I think when there were some shootouts happening, like throughout the B-roll they were playing through the. I watched Astacross. I love him, man. He has a great voice. He's a really good YouTuber. He's a Destiny guy. Like, he does damage testing, reviews, state of the community. Like, he's great. He just seems like a really cool dude. I love his person. But I watched the Starfield presentation through his reaction, and he's not like a YouTuber who constantly talks over, makes jokes, and no, he's really cool, right? And I watched the Starfield presentation through him because I'm like, I'm a huge Destiny player, and I will always gauge FPS games through Destiny. Just, I've been playing it so long, I can't help myself. But it's what I'm used to. So, watching his, because again, it was just him talking over the presentation. So the presentation wasn't edited. And there are a few key parts in the presentation footage that when you're in like a confined area, like shooting stuff, or if you're in a large open space like a planet where you're exploring like Fallout 3, and like there's an enemy on a screen and you like shoot something and there's an explosion, like there's frame rate hitches. And one could wonder, like, why are there frame rate hitches? Is it because it's an older version they're playing on? Is it because the settings weren't optimized? Is it because the game isn't optimized? We don't know. So I totally understand and agree with everything Jarminx is saying. And I'm not like here to like, like shit all over his opinion. I respect his opinion. I respect all you guys' opinion. He was like, there shouldn't be frame drops. And it's like, that's absolutely correct. There shouldn't be, especially considering the tech we have now and what developers know with making things, how to work with that technology. But until we get the final product in our hands, it's kind of impossible to even go about judging it because there are so many elements in the equation that would summarize in why there were frame rate drops, okay? Like, for instance, perfect example, I was streaming, Halo 2 like a week and a half ago through Master Chief Collection. It's incomprehensible to me why there are frame rate stutters. Now, in Halo's case, the engine was optimized for Master Chief Collection with all... I'm sorry, patches, not ports, because this is a port, by the way. With the way they patch this continuously and the fact that this is an older game running on better tech, why the fuck are there frame spikes and like frame inconsistencies in a game that was optimized for better hardware? So in Halo 2 Anniversary's case, I'm like livid. I'm like, dude, this shouldn't be, because now I'm playing Reach, or I was playing Halo 3. Their frame rate is smooth as a button, unless if like, or not smooth as, smooth as butter, but there's a little bit of hitching when a new area loads in, so that's fine. I understand that. But now, again, taking all of that and looking at the Starfield reveal, it's like, it's really hard to say, man. Like, you shouldn't get all upset and like worked up at the fact that there's frame rate hitches or frame rate inconsistencies in the presentation, because we don't know what exactly they were presenting from. However, if the game comes out and, you're playing on like a beast PC with all the best components and there's frame rate issues, then I could be like, okay, now we could start questioning this. Microsoft's, namely Phil Spencer and Todd Howard of Bethesda, which Microsoft now owns Bethesda, they were just talking about, and I think it's good that they put this out there. They're like, look, on Xbox Series X and most notably Series S, it's going to be a locked 30 frames a second because of the fidelity we want. Even though the hardware is there, we want it to be a smoother experience. So therefore, it's going to be 4K 30. And I am perfectly fine with that. I played Fallout 3 way back in the day on 360, and it was, 720p, 1080p, whatever, 30 FPS. I am fine with that. Now, if I was playing Destiny 2, let's say I was streaming it today, can't because the servers are down, and there's frame rate hitches in multiplayer, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this shouldn't be. So, I guess you could see, summarizing what I'm saying, there's player expectation, but then there's also technical fact as to why that's happening. And technical fact could also get the opinion of, well, yeah, if it's this advanced, why are there frame rate hitches? Just like with Halo 2. So, just like you said, man, it's all about that balance. Again, solid art direction, great gameplay. If there's a frame rate hitch here and there, I'm okay with that. But if it starts affecting the gameplay, and even more so, the company touts that it shouldn't, and it does, then we have a problem. So it's Starfield. Super excited for it. Whenever I get excited for something, I don't really read into it too much. I'll watch like developer interviews, or read like a quick blog, or like look at a quick video that like IGN or Kotaku, I love Kotaku. Kotaku, IGN, GameSpot, they'll put something out. I'll be like, okay, interesting, but I want to be surprised when it comes out. But when it comes out and they're saying it's supposed to run this way, but it runs another way, then I'll start complaining. But right now, it's too soon, too premature to say, hey man, why is there frame rate hitches? And again, everything Jarmink said, totally correct and 100% plausible. But it's too soon to say anything. All right, back to more. I love that sound.
We're clear.
I love that sound that grenades give off. It like, it makes your ears all fuzzy.
Stay down. Savannah did a number on the door. There's no way back up to the Sabres. Number 6.
All right,
Distance is
I believe I
closing
remember what
on this
happened.
passage refueling track with the Covenant supercarrier. 76 seconds to enter it.
So, it's gonna be like that. Well, I got good news and bad news. This bird took some fire and a thrusting.
The good news, no, the bad news is the bomb won't explode. But the good news is I just saved a bunch of money on my auto insurance by switching to Geico. Give me the plasma sword.
was toast, which means the only way off this slag heap is gravity.
And the good news?
That was the good news.
At current velocity, 53 seconds to end point.
Yeah.
You actually see his ears flop out when he takes his helmet off. That's amazing.
Bad
Dude,
news
that's
is,
awesome.
time is fried. I'm gonna have to fire it manually.
That's a one-way trip.
We all make it sooner or later.
Huh?
Better get going, Six. They're gonna need you down there. Listen, Reach has been good to me. Time has come to return the favor. Don't deny me this.
I want to give him a hug. I forgot about this.
Tell him to make it count.
Dude. Damn, man. With that said, hold on.
Slip space rupture detected.
Gamma station control, reading multiple pings below the orbital defense
Slip
grid.
space rupture detected.
Yeah, we're picking up anomalies too. Are you reading
Slip
it?
space rupture detected.
This game is 13 years old. This is originally Xbox 360 tech. And this goes with what we were talking about graphics. It's the art direction and the way it's directed, dude. Like, art direction, yes, but what I meant the way it's directed, all the camera work and like shots and all that. This is on the direction level with cutscenes and all that stuff. This is the best out of all the Halo games, even surpassing the original Halo. even though I still prefer the original. This was released in September of 2010. That's crazy. And remember, the original Halo came out in November of 2001. Crazy. So it's weird because Bungie's like, yeah, we got a 10-year plan for Destiny. And like, they kind of did a 10-year plan for Halo without even realizing it, right? Think about that for a second. Yeah, this is fucking, this is so good.
The whole damn Covenant fleet.
This is pretty good, man. This is the Gamer Fuel Pac-Man can. Their ingredients actually aren't bad. It's better than I thought. Green coffee bean extract, green tea extract, turmeric extract, tart cherry. Love it. Take a screenshot of that. Yeah, the direction in this game is fucking excellent, dude. The Magnum, gotta love the Magnum. Iconic, man. The reason it's so powerful in the first is it was a bug. It did twice as much damage. So you play multiplayer, his butt cheeks are separated there. When you play Halo, like the Magnum is all you see people use. It's crazy. Yeah, dude, Reach is so good. Like, this is the swan song to Halo as a whole. Back when Halo meant something. Before 343 fucked it all up. We're still gonna go through 4 after this. I'm not gonna feel the same because I know it's not Bungie, but this here, this is truly special. It just feels epic, you know? Oh, this stage. I love this stage. A lot of urban environments, and then we end up in like a big field with some wraiths in it. Wraiths are the Covenant tank. Not the Fallen Walker, okay? Even though that's cool. Yeah, this still looks real. Damn, dude, they even modeled like the electricity use gauges there? That panel? That's awesome. And I love the transition to first person. That's really cool.
This is Kilo Dispatch.
Double
All
is
available
due.
teams advance to Traxxas Tower. Evacuation will commence ASAP.
Copy, dispatch. What's the status of the tower pad?
Tower pad is green. Let's move these civilians.
Oh wow, we can go all the way up here?
Copy, dispatch.
Holy shit! This is cool! I guess they had to model all this with the backpack in mind. Because there is a power-up we get. Because when we hit the left bumper, it's our ability, so we have sprint right now. So you can see kind of like... Hold on. Am I leaning the right way here? Yeah, so you see that? That's a sprint meter. That's what we have. So you can pick up like a... you got a sprint, you got a backpack, a jetpack, you have armor overload. Holy shit. Ah, dude! Holy fuck! All comes down to the people involved in the No picnic? Oh, okay. Thank you. That's how it should be. Listening to players' feedback for its benefit, not its monetization. Now, look at it this way. With that ideal fresh in our minds, they're listening to us, they have the team, and the team set out to do the right thing. If the team is like, hey, look, we have this game, thank you for being excited about it and playing it, it's a labor of love, but we're just going to put in a couple of things, like we're going to put in a Cloud Strife skin from Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's only $5, and we're going to put in, like, I don't know, like a weapon pack, so you want Cloud's, like, you know, the Giga Sword or whatever it's called, you want Barrett's gun arm, you want Tifa's, like, magic effects. Those won't even affect the game. If you want to buy them, they are there. We're very cognizant of what people think of monetization, so we're keeping it simple, and we're putting it in for your enjoyment, because we know you love this stuff, but we don't want to feel like we're ripping you off. If they came out and said that, dude, like, I'll fucking play that game. Right? There's a good way to go about doing it. I love the teddy bear. Hold on a second. I'm taking a screenshot of this. Okay. Yes! And, dude, like, look at it this way, okay? Bungie did the first 5 Halo games, 1, 2, 3, Reach, and ODST. I always look at it in that order. And then they passed the torch to 343 Industry. And 343 did 4, which I don't know anything about. That's why I'm streaming it. 5, I heard not many good things about. Reach just does... Infinite does not have good word of mouth around it. You have your fans who will still play it, but if you look at the retention between Master Chief Collection with the first 4 multiplayer-centric Halo games, the Bungie games, Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach, those are the 4 most important ones here. You look at the word of mouth and outlook to these games, and then you compare it to the 343 Industry games. That was perfect. People's outlooks are night and day. People with, Infinite and 5 are like, ugh, we don't want anything to do with that. But you look at games that were here, the Bungie games presented in Master Chief Collection, people are like, dude, they're amazing. And it's that word of mouth and that positive outlook on it that generates growing interest even today and retaining that interest. That's how you do it. And, the old guard way of thinking was, you release a rush game, it's forever bad. But if you take your time and release a complete product, it's forever good. That still has a lot of weight behind it. But again, if Bungie handled Destiny 2 a little differently, and, it's a slippery slope because game publishers and developers do have to make money, right? So if things feed into that a bit. This is a very slippery slope of a conversation. Needless to say, if the balance was there, furthermore, then I think people would have a much better outlook on Destiny, even though people still play it. But you see where I'm going with this, right? Like, that's what guarantees success, is going for a full-fledged balanced approach. Ow! Thought I was gonna stop. Whoa, we're whoa, 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 whoa!
Romeo Company, be advised, we have reports of Covenant suicide squads.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's a negative. Keep your eyes open, troopers.
I hate sneeze attacks. Sorry. I feel another one coming on. I hate that. Sorry. Excuse me. That's a strong chair.
Kilo 2-6, this is Kilo 40. Covenant Corvettes raided hell on us. Final protective fire 1. Danger close. My command, over.
Copy, Kilo 40.
Whoa.
Firing FPF-1 at your command.
Fire FPF-1, over.
Firing FPF-1.
See, they want me to take the armor lock
Shot.
because of the suicide grunts.
Hold on to your helmets.
Dude, imagine that, like in real life, like you see one of those things running towards you.
Kilo 40, request FPF sit rep.
Negative 2-6. Corvette's still coming.
Copy 40. Firing FPF-2. Shot.
Damn, how do you stop that thing?
I wanted that nade. Damn it. Oh, I didn't realize we could shoot them. That's fucking awesome, man. Holy shit. This is kind of creepy, man. Not gonna lie. Huh. Right? The Needler looks so cool in this.
Somebody help us! Come on, let's go! What are those things?
Those are brutes. Oh shit, brutes are in this. I forgot about that.
Where the hell did he come from?
Who cares? Spartan, assist.
Evac Team 7 to Kilo 2-6. We have eyes on Traxxas Tower.
Copy, Evac 7. Move to assist the evac. Over.
How do we get to the tower?
Elevator in the atrium goes down to the cargo port. Cargo port goes to the tower.
Gotta get in there. Shift in a little.
Oh, I remember this part. This is cool.
Let's move in and find that elevator.
Dude, this is really impressive. Holy shit.
Still firing. I'm here.
Damn it.
Under fire! Chew on this!
It's like an SMG. Did we get everybody? Oh, dude, that's awesome.
What the hell's taking this thing so long? We're evacuating a group of civilians on the floor below you. As soon as they reach the cargo port, I'll send the elevator back.
Defend point.
Okay, everyone find some cover. Stay sharp. We need to hold this position. Drop ships! Deploying to the courtyards! Watch your flanks!
Whoops. Oh, I'll take that. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape! Making sure there's nothing remaining. Okay, we're good. Whoa! He's dead. Leave him alone.
Going down. Cargo port and Praxis Tower.
If you're trying to get to the tower, you're too late, Lieutenant. Corvette over the starport pounded the hell out of the place. Cargo port's impassable on foot. Rooftop evacs a wad. We could use the executive landing.
I like this. Just kind of cartoony. I like that. Slightly. It's stylized.
A group of ODST specialists are working a plan. They might appreciate some backup.
Having fun yet?
Other side of the hall there, Lieutenant. Right to triage.
Enemy bird on the way.
Got an extra jetpack. Go ahead.
Ah, I was just about to take his gun.
Nothing to report.
I love how we do that.
In position.
Oh, we actually have to take it back.
Welcome to the Bullfrogs. We're gonna capture the landing pad on the executive wing so the evac birds can land. Try and keep up, Spartan.
Who needs a jetpack when we have this?
Going mobile.
I'm gonna restart that. Oh, no! Last checkpoint, okay.
Welcome to the Bullfrogs. We're gonna capture the landing pad on the executive wing so the evac birds can land. Try and keep up, Spartan.
Contact. Take him out.
I forgot that the brutes are in this. This is a nice touch. I love how we're fighting two of them. And we don't see the brutes canonically. Oops. We don't see the brutes canonically until Halo 2, but it's cool to see them here. Nice. This is the best weapon combination, by the way. That's an enemy spawn room. That's weird.
Head up to the roof level, Spartan. There's the pad. East end of that tower.
Other side. Other side. Entrance is on the other side.
Where do we go from here? Oh, okay, we gotta go up there. So the jumping glitch here works, or skull, because the gameplay is designed with the jump pack in mind.
This one's mine. Roger. Firing.
So yeah, we don't have to worry about the game breaking too much when we fly around, which is kind of a nice touch. Oh yeah? I got the same thing. I love that grenade effect, man. Poor guys. Checkpoint done. How far can we go up? It is so much fun just annihilating everything. I love this. My God, that's a fuel rod cannon. Hell yes.
Clear that pad, Spartan.
Hoorah! I love how you can shoot those shields out too. The details in this are excellent, man. This looks really good. Oh, nice! Smashy, smashy!
Yankee Niner to Echo Dispatch. Landing pad.
Whoa!
Send in the evac birds.
Copy, Yankee Niner. Birds away.
This is really cool, man.
Pleasure jumping with you, Spartan. We'll hold this location. You
Oh,
get
the rotors
down,
don't hurt us.
make
Okay.
sure those transports make it out in one piece. This is your ride, Spartan.
Get on board, Lieutenant. We've got civilians that need immediate assistance. The city's been under siege for the last 5 days. Thought we had it in hand, and then those corvettes showed up. Our fleet's scattered, pulling back. Hell, we've all got orders to evacuate. Guess some of us just don't like leaving a job half-finished.
Evac transport Delta 1-5 to evac dispatch. Loaded up, ready to go.
Delta 1-5, this is evac dispatch. Copy that. Proceed at your discretion.
Midtown airspace is way too hot. Gonna take an alternate route.
Delta 1-5 to dispatch. Banshee squadron on Mateo. Taking fire.
Copy, Delta 1-5.
Can you do Mayday? Spartan's hit. We're going in. I'm gonna try to set her down. Copy.
I remember this part.
Long swords unavailable at this time. Over.
This is Civilian Transport 6 Echo 2. I need to go now, Sergeant Major.
Hold on, Echo 2. So, Bernard, I have multiple commercial craft loaded with civilians. I have got to get them out of the city. I need air support now.
As soon as something frees up, you'll be the first to...
Not good enough.
I've got 600 souls on board, Sergeant Major. I can't wait any longer.
Negative, Echo 2. I can't cover you. Do not take off.
Oh, they all despawned. Interesting. Dude, holy shit. I think we end up landing over there.
Bitch. I can't watch this.
Fox Actual, should we send search and rescue birds?
Damn, dude.
Negative dispatch.
Yep, we dropped like somewhere over there. No, there actually.
Sergeant Major Duval. Off the day so far. Let's keep it from getting any worse, huh? Cubbies all over my missile batteries, and I got 5,000 civilians across the way waiting for passage out. I need you to arm those batteries and fire those missiles from the central terminal. Understood? Corvette's been a pain in my ass for too damn long. Give it hell, Spartan.
All clear. Troopers, we need to push them back off our beach.
Civilian transport 7 Echo 3 to Fox Actual. My engines are hot, waiting for your go. Copy that, 7 Echo 3. Working on it. That's the first missile battery, Lieutenant. Get it armed.
Oh, rocket launcher? Okay.
Multiplying.
Who needs a jetpack when you can just do this? I'm actually gonna keep the gravity hammer here.
First battery is online. Other ones to your south. Sergeant Major, Covenant are banging on my bay door. I got families and...
Yo, they banging, yo!
Easy, 7 Echo 3. Spartan's gonna clear the skies.
So you can't carry two. The game checks it if you have one weapon. You can't go ahead and pick it up again.
Prime. Now get over to the east complex and fire those missiles. Sergeant Major, the Cubbies are almost through my door. Steady, Echo 3. That Corvette is still up there. They've reached the landing bank. Copy that. Now or never, Spartan. Systems online.
Get off of my desk!
Transport, you are cleared for takeoff. Repeat, you are cleared for takeoff. Go now.
I love how all of this feels so fucking epic, man. This is great.
Civilian transport away. You saved a lot of lives today, Spartan.
Copy. Repeat, this is Noble 2, Noble 6, Noble 5. Do you copy?
This is 6. Go ahead, Noble 2.
We picked up your transponder about an hour ago, but could not risk open comms. Covenant have the city sealed tight. We're getting nothing from George.
He didn't make it.
Understood. What's the situation at Starport exit?
The last transport is away.
All right.
And I love how our character has a voice. He's not just like, you know, the standard fare silent protagonist. Starting to get a feeling that like the first third of the game you start feeling really like good about things, and then everything starts getting worse. I love a good rain.
Your report will have to wait, Lieutenant. The Covenant are jamming all comms to command. Cat needs your help running a counter-op. It's good to have you back. Sorry I came alone. Make him proud.
Damn, dude.
Put your wings back on, Lieutenant. We're flying Miss Falcon. Covenant have deployed comm jammers in high-rises across the city. When I find them, you hit them. Hard. Stand by, Six.
Okay.
One of our trooper squads went silent after the hospital got hit. I'll mark the location. Complete their mission and take out the jammer.
Gotcha. I remember doing this with Phantom, dude.
We're clear.
This is fucking gorgeous, dude. I forgot how good this looks.
Not a tango in sight.
Too bad this isn't in PvP. This would be incredible. Probably really cheap, too. Kill the thing? I don't think we can. Alright, let's take these guys out and then we'll land. I love how they could, like, turn on a drop of a dime. That's awesome. Too bad we don't have Banshees. Alright, I think we're good. Just cannon fodder at this point.
So you can get to the other side. Through that doorway! Move, move, move!
I love it! It's cool how the reticule is interactive like that. I love that detail, man. A lot of things I love about Halo Reach, obviously. I don't like the needle rifle.
More brutes! Stay back, you stinking bastards!
More brutes! Okay, so where do we go? guess we go down? There's no, Okay, I see blips on the radar, but it's not telling me where I need to go. Maybe here? Yes. Headshot. Dude, this is gorgeous. Dokes! Alright! You're here! I did not open it yet. I was waiting for you. So, since you're here, let's open it. I got this yesterday. We got it early before we left for New Hampshire. It's been sitting here. And I'm also wearing your shirt. Happy with it. Yes! Thank you so much for this, man. This is exciting. It's like I'm opening up a birthday gift. Is it going to be like Batman where I open this up and the hand with the flowers is going to come out of it? Dude, this is nice. Oh, this is really nice. Oh my god, dude, thank you so much, man. Dude, and the fact that, like... Nice shipping, by the way. I like how you wrap it and everything, just in case. This is... Dude, this is really... really nice. Oh, wow. Hell yeah. Hold on. This is... Dude, this... What? Yeah! And it's funny because the chroma... the chroma... Now, this is going to make me warm. What she said. Yeah, like... I didn't think of the green. All right. There we go. This is... Dude, this is really... I love this thing. I will be using this regularly. All right, we're good. Let's roll. This is comfortable. Make another one without green. I know the answer to that. I'll let him answer that. I also love how we have the engineers in this. Those were introduced in ODST.
Thanks for the assist, Spartan.
Yeah, dude, this is comfy. I'm feeling warmer. This is really nice. Thank you so much, man. Seriously.
Offline. Nice work. Soon as you can, I need you back in your Falcon. Noble 2 to Noble 6, you've got incoming tangos.
We've got jumpers. I'm on your side. Contact. Affirmative. Going loud.
Whoa. Lucky. Yeah, I was because I got the box. We left it at about 2:30 yesterday, and the wife was like, "Hey, you got a package?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dukes, he sent that to me." The guy who the magnet and the shirt. She's like, "Oh yeah, cool, that's awesome." So I set it down in here, and we left, came back, and I came down this morning. I'm like, "Oh yeah, his scarf, awesome! I can't wait to open this up." But I'm only gonna open it when he gets here. So the original intent was to leave it packaged, and if he didn't show up today, I was gonna open it at the end of the stream. But I'm glad you're here because I open it while you are here while I'm live. So thank you so much. This is like, how long did this take you to make? Now you guys are my audience pets, all of you. You all know who you are.
Drop that thing.
But this, how long did this take you to knit? A couple of days, okay. So like what, like 16 hours or something like that? It's nice, and I love like handcrafted stuff.
Got one. Area secure.
Okay. 4 days. Cool. Nah, dude, I'm really curious because, you know, again, all the stuff I make here, handcrafted. So that notion applied to anything is awesome. Like, my man Drew, his girl, his wife Nikki, she does like, she knits as well, but she does like caps and stuff. So she made one for Maha where it's just like this, but it's in this like knitted style here. I don't know if this is a particular, there's a name for this, but the style that this is in, that's the style and texture of the cap, but there's a hole in the top rear center where Maha can pull her hair through. It's really cool. But she wears it all the time. I will be wearing this a lot too. Like, this is cool. And your magnets, again, I got one on the side of my bookshelf and one on the fridge. Where'd his gun go? He had that concussion rifle. Alright. Guess we can't get it. Okay. Yeah, so if I go to filters here, there you go. It's so weird seeing the green screen, but you can see there's I got a green. I got this. It was like $5 at whatchamacallit, Joann Fabrics. So let's see here. I got similarity. No, I can't. Like, I could just about. Like, it just starts showing up. So hold on, let's put it to. That's the absolute best I could get it. It's kind of cool. It has that. Dancing. Let's put it up to. Put it to 480. There we go. So now it's like a magical scarf. That's actually starting to get a little. That's the best I could get it. Hi George's song Karma. Oh, dude. Culture Club. Yeah, I liked it. Because Boy George was known for scarves, right? I don't really remember because I don't remember the music video much, but that was part of his style. He always wore that hat.
You're good here, sir. You can head
It was like a bowler hat with a scarf or something like that. Like, Boy George is iconic, dude. Seriously. Who's Tom Baker? I probably know, I'm just not aware.
Command, this is Gunnery Sergeant Buck with the 11th ODST.
Oh, Buck! Holy shit!
My guys got caught in a fire.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, this is, dude, this is super comfortable. Like, I feel warmer. This is great. I never normally wear scarves. Dude, she changed that. New ways to save a buck? Your familiar voice in... Ah, cool! I think the achievements list was updated because I did run through this with Phantom. I don't think I got that.
We're clear.
Hold on. He was the fourth. Oh, okay. See, I'm not. I just know David Tennant and Matt Smith. I'm a newbie when it comes to Doctor Who pedigree. I know there's a whole bunch of them. There was the older guy, and then there was the woman, and I don't know who it is now. But Doctor Who's awesome. Great show. Ah.
Area secure.
Ah, okay. Wait a minute. Didn't he wear the bowler hat? Is that am I thinking of the right Doctor Who? I'm like, this is awesome. Ooh, cool. I want pictures. Pictures or we riot. I want to go to the objective, but there's enemies to shoot.
We're clear. Not a tango in sight.
All right, checkpoint. We got it. Back to the 80s. Okay, okay. It's astonishing to me how good this still looks. Like, this is fucking awesome. Ooh, link for reference. Thank you, Dukes. I mean, Lurks, sorry. Oh! Okay. That's actually really cool. Yeah, Dukes. I like how he's like, what the fuck is that? That looks like a meme photo. Like, you could, like, totally make that into a meme. Cool beans. Yeah, I thought that was the guy. That's what I envisioned, just with a slightly different face and hat. But that's the style I was thinking. Yeah, dude, I could feel the warmth kicking in. Like, this is certainly going to be great for the winter. Like, I'll wear this when we go out and stuff, proudly. Let's see here. Both. Yes, dude, that's actually really cool. He's like, yo, these are my homies. There's that weird creature on the top left corner with like a spaghetti face. That looks pretty. Star Trek, eat your heart out. It totally, I would say that's a fedora with a large, like, frill or whatever you call it. That sounds about right. I mean, it looks like Indiana Jones' hat. AI is actually doing some work here. Dude, The Fifth Element. Oh my god, whenever that's on, you just watch it. Like that's one of those films now. Whenever it's like on whatever, like it's on like TV and they so happen to play it like on a network, or if you see it like on a streaming service, like you Die Hard, Terminator 1 and 2, RoboCop. RoboCop 2 is good. I'm a huge fan of RoboCop, so we were actually discussing RoboCop earlier. But whenever those are on, you just watch them. Like whenever Back to the Future's on AMC, boom, you just fucking watch Back to the Future. No matter what part it's on, the entire trilogy is very good. In my honest opinion, the first one is perfect, nearly. The second one, the whole future sequence sucks, but once you get past that, it's actually excellent. And then Back to the Future 3, it's great until the time-traveling train appears at the end. Like, Back to the Future 3 is underrated, but still, the original is the best. But yes, Fifth Element is... God. Multipaths!
Make it count. Area secure.
It tickles!
Clear. Area secure.
You really have to lead with this thing.
I owe you one, Spartan. I'll see you in hell.
Okay. Thanks for the encouragement, I guess.
What's your status, 19er?
Found the jammer! We're getting hit! Request immediate assistance! Synovia Center is gone!
You still with me, 19er? 7 Delta, 19er. You copy. 6, help those troopers if you can, but get that jammer offline anyway.
Synovite? Synovite? Oh, I remember this part. There's a mission here, or a continuation of it, and then the cutscene that happens after kind of sucks, I will say.
Approaching the objective, 6. Watch for hostile fire.
Wait, really? That's a thing? I didn't realize that. Is that a direct reference? I never knew that. Holy fuck. And I've seen Back to the Future 3 plenty of times.
Keep them coming!
Noble 2 to Noble 6. I'm still getting nothing from those troopers. You may have to take care of this jammer yourself.
Oof. Thank you. I love this weapon. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but its splash damage is great.
Schematics. There's an elevator on the north landing.
That's awesome. Oh, dude, this is wow, this is the Halo 2 map. Holy fuck, this is nice. Hey, X-Boys, aka Switch Boy. Welcome to the stream. I'm wearing a scarf that one of my awesome audience members knitted. So it's green. That's why Cena Chroma here. Reach is excellent, man. Halo 1 is my all-time favorite, personal favorite, but Reach is just so well refined and excellent. Of course, this is on Master Chief Collection, just so you know. But this is, yeah, dude, and I forgot about this Easter egg here. This is excellent. And we have the,
Oh God.
skull on here.
For this, not aliens, man. That's it. I am out. Seriously, we're fighting aliens now? Indies were bad enough. Now we got freaking aliens? Not me, man. I'm out. O-U-T out. Let me tell you, whatever you do, don't let them bite you. I hear if one of those little ones bites you, you turn into one. Imagine it, man. We're all gonna turn into little methane-sucking freaks. They're gonna strap us up with tanks and have us fighting on their side. Not me, man. I'm out. They're not gonna get me. No way I'm turning into no squid-faced alien freak. I bet that's what those big monkey-looking brute things are. They're us, man.
Oh, dude, that's fine. I appreciate the sentiment, though. Thank you so, so much. I hate Halo 2. I hate Halo 2. I tried beating it on Legendary. There was this one part I got to. It was, there was, like, Flood that was shooting rockets at you or whatever, and no matter what I tried to do, I quit. I was like, fuck that. Can't do it.
No way, not me.
Nope.
No way.
So, Halo 2, not a big fan of it. It's good, but I don't like it. Oh, see, I'm thinking here, that's the... Oh, this is where the air vent is. Yep. Yeah. This is so cool, man. I completely forgot about this. It's fucking awesome. And then, yeah, this is where the lift was.
You're close to the jammer. Destroy it. It's a trap. Get the hell out of there.
Whoops. Ah, dude, we turned him into stew. To me, Halo 1 is still the best, but this is the best refined iteration you can get. Oh! Yes, Halo Combat Evolved is still, I mean, it's the earliest iteration, therefore it's kind of the roughest around the edges, but at its core, it still is the best. Surprisingly, people still do play that on Master Chief Collection here. I remember it was like a month ago on a Tuesday, and I just randomly decided to drop in after streaming and do some multiplayer. I had to pry myself away from the controller. That's how engaging it was. It's crazy, it was frenetic and spastic, but man, it brings you back. And I grew up with an original Xbox with System Link, playing with all my bros, like, weekly. We would just cart our Xboxes over to each one of our houses, rotating each one. And Halo 1, I mean, dude. There's the reason why I have Master Chief. He's actually holding a Vanguard shotgun here, but this is the McFarlane Master Chief. Like, this is on my desk at all times. Like, this is iconic. Yeah, he has the assault rifle on his back, and that's a Vanguard shotgun from Destiny. Because I'm a huge Destiny fan, too. For better or for worse, I love Destiny. It's good, man. It's a good one. Okay. And actually, let me... There we go. Yep. Oh, you're in India. Interesting. Two of my bros, Vic and Vinci, were born and raised in Bombay. And they came here when they were teenagers. They've been there ever since. I've known them like for 20 plus. Awesome. Got an AD? What do you mean AD? I want to make sure I'm following you the right way. Oh, an ad. Gotcha. Sorry. I thought you were, like, putting that in the form of an acronym. I think these guys just keep spawning.
Thermal looks clear for now. Return to your Falcon and stand by for inspection.
That's awesome. Dude, this is fucking gorgeous, man. Like, seriously. You know, Halo 4 is the best Cortana. You see, I haven't played 4 yet, so therefore, when we're done with this, I'm immediately going to follow up with 4. Again, Master Chief Collection. So, I'm curious. I've heard a lot of varying opinions, but I'm unfamiliar with it, so I'm looking forward to streaming through it in full. We'll keep the skulls on. We'll keep it on easy. I just want to experience the story. So I'm really curious now that you mention it. Interesting. Because I know the gist of it. Like, the AI eventually start going crazy or something like that. And that's what 4 centers on. So yes, very exciting. Overall. Yeah, no, I have no interest in 5. I actually have a physical copy of 5, and I bought it digitally on sale because I'm a consumer whore when it comes to Halo. But anyway, no interest in Infinite unless if it's like $20 on sale, then I'll get it. But Halo 5, yeah, I'm leaving. I am totally leaving it to that opinion. I agree 100%. I mean, it was an interesting concept, but it wasn't done that well. And I love how it's not part of the Master Chief Collection, so, you know. But this year, Reach is still fucking epic, dude. My opinion is 1, Reach, 3, then 2. I hate 2. I gave it a chance. It's not a terrible game. I just do not like it at all. And also, I will say, personally, it sucks. This is the reason why it's here. It sucks that support for this game is going to end come the end of next year. Because you cannot play this without it being online. Like, the servers are going to be shut. All the progress, like, I cheese it, like, I'm at level 150. I have everything unlocked. And knowing that that's not going to be available, unless if I'm, like, emulating it on the Switch emulator Yuzu, which you could play, like, 2 out of the 9 Jasons. It's like, come on, man. That really sucks. Well, 8 Jasons, in all honesty. Like, you can't access anything. Because online play, it sucks. But yeah, Halo 5, nope. It's weird that the franchise turned into what it is, man. Like, Halo has such pedigree, and it sucks because now it's like, okay, great. Yeah, the first 3, all of Bungie's Halo games are fan-fucking-tastic overall. Overall scope is just really good. 2, I hate, but still, I give it credit where credit is due. But seeing, like, the fact that we purchased an Xbox because of Halo, and I said this throughout my Halo 1, 2, and 3 streams, is if you were an Xbox gamer, either you purchased a Halo because of Xbox, you purchased the original Xbox because of Halo, or somebody told you about Xbox because of Halo, and you got it because you heard the games were a little better on Xbox rather than PlayStation 2 at the time, or GameCube, but you got an Xbox 90% most likely due to somebody was talking about Halo to some capacity. Yeah, I mean, Sonic Mania is the de facto Sonic game. Like, there's that new one coming out, Frontiers, but that new one, whatever it's called, they just did Sega did their Sega Direct, now that they're known as. They did that Direct for their Sonic game, and I'm like, nah, man, if it's not the original 3 games, or, well, 4, but 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, or Sonic Mania, it doesn't count. Oh, dude. This kind of approaches that ideology, but not necessarily. Like, give us, and I've said this for years, give us the original Halo, but with Reach's engine. And then put in all the flourishes like Sonic Mania had. That's all that, like, imagine that. Imagine if the Master Chief Collection was the Halo Reach engine, since Microsoft now owns Halo. They take the Halo engine. I'm sorry, they take Reach's engine, which I believe is a Tiger engine. Take that iteration, no frills, just take that iteration and make the original Halo. Dude, Sonic Mania is like, if you're familiar with 90s arcade gaming and SNK, Sonic Mania is what would have happened if SNK was in charge of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, no, absolutely. The team behind Sonic Mania was actually in charge of mods, and Sega was so impressed they hired them. Unlike Nintendo, which shut shit down. Another Metroid 2 remake, dude. It's on par with, if not a hair better than Super Metroid, and, like, Nintendo officially shut it down. But yeah, I totally, like, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
We're clear.
But will they, though? That's the question. And if they don't, why not? Is it metrics? Is it monetization? Like, probably. Most likely, yes, but it's like with Destiny, man. Like, I was talking about this right when the stream started a couple hours ago. I remember back when I saw a Titan out in the Cosmodrome. In Destiny 1, like 2 months after it came out, and he was wearing a Chatterwhite shader, and he was wearing a piece of raid armor. And at the time, I didn't know. I'm like, get that. And everyone's like, oh, you got to do this and that. And I grinded my balls off to get those items, and I was so happy. Now, whenever you see somebody in Destiny, you're like, oh, that looks really cool. Hold on. Let me check out the Eververse store. Oh, yeah, that's where he got it. He didn't earn it. Fucking, he bought it. At its core, I love Destiny's gameplay. Of course, it's an extension of Halo Reach, because Halo Reach was being developed, and then Bungie took the engine and modified it for Destiny. And if you're familiar with Reach here, there's a lot of stages in Reach that feel like the social spaces in Destiny. So you could totally tell that Destiny, and it's been documented and confirmed that the Tiger engine is what powers Destiny, which is what powered the Halo games. It was the Blam engine with Marathon. They updated it for Halo, and then they updated it again for Destiny. So that's why when you play Destiny, it feels really good, dude. Like, the gunplay in Destiny is for better or worse, whatever you think, it still is an industry-leading standard, and it all comes back to this. Yeah, and rightfully so, because you're playing a different iteration of the same engine, right? It's kind of like you play Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World. It's the same engine iterated upon and improved upon to make current game that we are playing. It is, especially for, I mean, you're obviously probably not a new player, but like, the thing that burns me about Destiny so much is all of the content is disposable. It's content. It's not a game. It's a content platform. Oh, dude, there's nothing wrong with that. Fuck, I think Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, she's fucking hot. I always had a thing for like super hot chicks. They're hot because they're tough. Like, I remember watching Aliens. This was years ago. If you've ever seen Aliens, Sigourney Weaver starts off as like a very vulnerable, like PTSD style woman, and as the story progresses, she just becomes more badass. And I found myself watching it one day, and it was the scene where Sigourney Weaver, Ripley, went into the reactor to rescue Newt, and she ended up in the alien hive, and the Queen was there, and she gives the Queen that look, and then she just goes full on Rambo, torching the eggs, and like, right? I'm like, why am I finding this so hot? Oh my god, it's her character. And then if you watch 300 with Lena Headey, she's well known for Game of Thrones, as like a human being, like, yeah, she's kind of hot, but in 300, dude, she was fucking hot. It's because she took no shit. You know what I mean? No Man's Sky. I tried getting into that. Not necessarily. It's a good game. It's just not my style. I'm like, I actually, I purchased it on Xbox because I wanted to support Hello Games. And it's good. It's just not my thing. And Hollow Knight, yeah, that's the 2D, what's the style of that game? There's a genre for it. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank on it. It's like on the tip of my brain, and I'm trying to... No, not Metroidvania. It's, you die and it resets all your progress. No, Metroidvania, I'm obviously Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Super Metroid, which is where it came from. Shit! There's a name for the genre. Where, like, you die, you lose all your progress. And you re-instance. What the fuck is the name of that? I have to... It's all Google. Shit! It's like on the tip of my tongue. Rogue style. That's what it is. It was lingering. Yeah, rogue style. Like Enter the Gungeon, Hades. Good, man. Good. He actually, Can I grab it? They handed out this book. And, like, I signed it, like, time-stamped it. 6/13/23, 8th grade graduation, not a promotion. Now they call it a promotion. They gave this out, and I'm like, I'm holding on to this. He's like, all right, cool. You can. Little engine that could. Words of wisdom from the little engine that could. So in today's stream, we're going to put Halo aside. I feel like a teacher, like, oh, there's a cool guy with the scarf. He's going to read us a story. Wake up, ready for an adventure. Oh, shit. You know what? I need to fix it. I need to adjust my Chrome. There we go. Turn the page, Psychoro! Ooh, what's next? Always run on time. I'm not going to read the whole thing, because this is like... the pages aren't numbered, but there's a lot of pages. Okay, this is the universe talking to me. There may be obstacles you didn't anticipate. It's going to be chromed out. That set aside? What the fuck? All right, anyway, the engine who could. I'm holding on to this. I'm saving this. Okay. No, dude, it's not. It's like my studio here. Like, I literally have like a third of the house, a quarter of our house, not my house, our house, at my disposal. And it's always like really nice. Like, I actually stole a thermometer from a movie theater years ago. It's like 82 in here. It's really nice. Imagine a multiverse story where the Radiance from Hollow Knight is like Kang, but takes over both the video game universe and... Now, you see, I'm not familiar with Hollow Knight. I have it somewhere. I should probably stream that at once. But, it's like everybody loves that game. And I have yet to experience it. But I will certainly take your word for it. Oh, there we go. But no, I'm delightfully warm. I think that's the best way to put it. But you see, man, that's what makes communities great, because communities are passionate about the games we love, and there's all these really good ideas, and I just wish that more companies would put out, like, creation engines using their assets. Like, you can make whatever you want, just don't resell it. Essentially like Mugen. That would be awesome, because there'd be so many excellent ideas, but companies don't want to do that because it's going to take away from what they're doing, and look at what Nintendo does. Dude, I love it, man. Again, thank you so much. Like, I owe you one. Seriously. This is great. I like this a lot. Oh god, don't toxicity. Dude, toxicity sucks. Just be a gamer, be passionate, don't be a dick. Like, what the fuck? That should be like a rule. Like, if you're a dick, you're fine.
We're clear. Thanks for the help, Sierra.
Imagine this in Destiny. Oh my god.
2-7 to command. Request immediate assistance.
Go ahead, 2-7.
We're at the Byron Telecom Tower. Got hunters between us and the jammer.
Copy 2-7. Help is on the way. Nova 6, I'm sending you coordinates for the Byron Tower. Go get
She has
the
such a cool
secrets
voice.
unstuck. This is the last jammer, 6. You're almost there.
Take it!
Sink wash is the best. Okay. I can make that happen. Right? I have to think on how I can make that work because I need to capture myself. But like... Wait! Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm going to shut off the cam, and I'm going to see what you guys think. I'm so blind without my glasses. Hold on. How's this? No, I just need, like, this to, like... Right? I stole these from Universal. It was like a steampunk story. Welcome to the stream, guys. We got, like, all this shit going on today. Or actually, wait, no. Nah, not gonna do that. I am so blind. What I need to do is, I need to get one of those caps with the propeller on the top. But then but this would be blocked off. I could just remove this strip, I guess. Oh my god, dude, like, I'd be wearing so much shit, I'd be unrecognizable. That'd be awesome. Put, like, a voice changer on. That's my emoticon. I gotta do a pixel art thing there. Alright.
Not a tango in sight.
You lied, dude. There's a tango right here. I guess they call it tango because of the combat dance? I don't know.
Clear here!
Yeah. And hell, I'll get a top hat for fuck's sake. I'll get a massive sombrero. Like one that's at least like, and it flops down and it's all intrusive. That's about 4 feet right there. Just a massive sombrero and like a poncho and like a canteen and a satchel and goggles and a fake mustache and dreadlocks and gloves. Oh my god, yeah, dude, like, I'd have so much shit, like, I'd just be a pile of stuff in the corner, and everyone would be like, yo, where'd Cy go, man? He was great until that fucking mannequin appeared. It's like, what the hell? What's up, man? Whoa, whoa! Hey, none of that! No, we're not. There's enemies everywhere. Okay, this is the last section of this. You gotta have drunk birthday skulls on, man. Speed. I completely forgot to listen to those. I'm actually gonna pull the link up and leave it open, and I'm gonna get back to you after the stream on. Second. Okay, so hold on. I have those in the Discord. Hold on. Yeah, I have them right here. I am leaving this on, and I will listen to it as soon as the stream is over. And I will get right back to you. Whoa, I forgot about this. Water pumpy? Sweet. Dude, this is fucking wow. Too bad we can't take their rock cannons. Dude, these things are so cool. Actually, hold on a second. I'm gonna shut my camera off for a second. Give me a moment. All right. I'm such a nerd. This is awesome. Now, he has frills on his back, but I left them in storage. Hunter figure. You could see, pretty sizable. Has a shield and everything. Even the rod cannon there. Because the chrome is kicking. But yeah, hunters. Dude, this thing is at least what? This is like 8 inches? Very cool stuff. Yeah, dude. I have a massive collection of Halo and Destiny figures. I'm actually going to put it aside. I have so much stuff. Put him right here. Watching the stream. Yeah, dude, X-Boy, I have the, you know what? Hold on a sec here. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. You probably hear me blowing the dust off, but hold on. This I'm going to have to go right back and put this away. But, again, I have a massive collection of awesome stuff. And here you go. The Halo Warthog. Master Chief is in the driver's seat, and the Halo Wars Master Chief is on the back turret here. But yeah, dude, this, you can see, this is pretty big. This is awesome. I love this thing. It's on my shelf, or on my wall in the back behind us here. Yep. This is the McFarlane Warthog. Very cool stuff. Very dusty, too. All right, I have to put this back. Give me a second. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I got the entire Reach collection, ODST collection, 3 collection with all the armor permutations. I got the I should have brought it over, but I got the Mongoose over there. I got the Hunter. Dude, I have so much stuff. I love how the Covenant feel fearsome again, man. This is so cool. Dude, this is gorgeous. Like, holy shit. Where is he? Ah, there he is. They are, dude. And what I love about Reach, and this was something that Bungie talked about, is they made the Covenant feel like fearsome again. Like, don't get me wrong, especially in the first Halo, it was like, holy shit, especially the elites and the invisible ones with the swords. But like Halo 2, Halo 3, like things like they weren't bad, but they felt a little too like comical and cartoony, especially with the grunts. And they totally rectified that with Reach here. Like the enemies in Reach, even though they're cannon fodder with easy difficulty and all the skulls on, they still are pretty fearsome. And I really appreciate that shift in art direction. Hey. But the detail is just fucking... They're a symbiote. They're a collection of symbiotes. They're a bunch of organisms that, like, hold up to form whatever they are, and the armor keeps that shape together. That's why their weak spot is their back. For those who don't know, you could, like, one-shot their back with a pistol shot.
Jammer offline. Well done, Noble. Head back to your factory. Leader, all jammers are down.
Solid copy, Noble 2. New orders. All
It's gonna get wet. You should close the hatch, man.
HQ. Say confirm.
Confirm only tower evacuation.
Noble 2! Noble 2, sit rep.
Copy, they're hitting the HQ in force. They must have zeroed my signal.
Get that evac started.
Roger that. Noble 6, get over here and cover our evac Pelican. I need you overhead now.
And this is where things start feeling dire, and I really appreciate that narrative tonal shift.
Area secure.
Command, this is Whiskey 3-5. I've got my eyes on 6 long-range shade turrets in the vicinity of the Oni Tower. Making life pretty tough on our evac birds.
Copy, 3-5. Noble 6, take out those heavy shapes. Give me an angle.
Oh god, it's the fucking Fallen. It kind of does. It's very bleak and oppressive, but it's done in such a good way, man. And, you know, I never thought of it that way. And you see, that's what I was always talking about with the narrative, right? Like, the first Halo, the narrative is the game itself. Like, the ring world, you know, it's like, that tells its own story. It's very cool with its lore building. But you're essentially, you know, you're a super soldier, you're Master Chief. So, essentially, you're just destroying whatever's in front of you. But what I really love with the narrative, especially in ODST, which I just streamed, check it out on my YouTube there, by the way. Not a plug, but if you want to see my previous streams, I've been doing all the Master Chief Collection games. I hated Halo 2 story. I just did not like it. It had a lot of interesting moments and some excellent stages and set pieces, but overall, I just did not like it. Free story's non-existent. You just blow shit up. But with Halo 1, again, you're a super soldier who just destroys everything in his wake to save everybody for the greater good. But in Halo ODST, and especially here in Reach, there's the human element, which goes to say there's consequences for all of this. And there really isn't much consequence in the first Halo if you look at the story overall. You know, we destroy the ring world because, you know, flood and it's going to destroy the galaxy and all that stuff. But it's left to those devices. In Reach, there's consequences, man. Yes. Yes, those are, I never thought of it that way. Those are really good ways to look at the Halo games, dude. I seriously, in all of my years of playing Halo, pretty much 22 years, I never thought of it that way. Really? Dude, now, that right there, Halo 4 feels like Logan. Logan was just... That's how you do a Wolverine film, man. Logan was just, damn. The whole, like, clone of him, it served its purpose, but I was like, eh. But that's like my only nitpick. That is just a nitpick. But you have me excited for 4. Now you genuinely have me excited for 4. We are absolutely no doubt streaming 4. I have not played through it, so I hope to see you for that. I think we'll probably beat this tomorrow. And then we're going to go right into 4 the day after. I'll do Destiny like a catch up with that. But that's a really. Got my gears turning on. Awesome. But with Reach, though, going back to that, I love the consequential nature of the narrative. Like, it's just like you know exactly, what happens at the end of the stage. I remember seeing this for the first time. I was like, no! That sucks!
Whiskey 3-6, proceed with evac.
Ah, fascinating.
Noble 6, lose those other shade turrets so Pelicans can get out.
But just things are dire, and there's consequences, and that's what's awesome here.
Their turret is down.
What do you mean? No, it's not.
Man, we need those shade turrets gone.
Copy 3-5. Go, Lieutenant. Shade turrets are priority 1. That's the fourth shade. 3-5, you're clear to proceed with evac.
Copy, Command. Much obliged.
Noble 6, you've got to neutralize the remaining shade for our evac turret. 5 down. 1 to go.
Hey, watch out! What checkpoint hits? I want to try something. Dude, Civil War, like, you're... See, this is why I love streaming, especially when I meet people with the same passions. Like, you're sounding just like me. Civil War, Winter Soldier, and Infinity War and Endgame are the 4 best Marvel movies because they're mature, they're gritty, but it's really good storytelling. Like, I always gauge films off of their storytelling. You could have, like, the best director. Like, you could have Steven Spielberg back in his prime doing, like, Jaws 3, and it's like, oh, he's such a talented director. What the fuck? It's the writing that makes it terrible. You could have the best director, you could have the best actors, but if the script sucks, then it's all moot. But Civil War was like, that was really good. And I love the culmination of that final battle between Captain America and Iron Man. It's like, dude, this is good, but oof. You see, that's the thing with Arbiter and Halo 2. Like, it was a really interesting perspective, but it was limited by the first-person scope. So I was like, I see what they're doing, and like the best thing to take away from Halo 2 is the struggle that the Covenant were facing with the Brutes. That was brilliant. Otherwise, like Delta Halo stage, dude, that'd be, oh man. Like, and if you actually wait, let's backpedal on that for a second. Take your idea here. A Civil War story, like the Marvel film, which is brilliant. I think it's the best one, in my opinion. A lot better than what's out now, right? But you take that ideology and you redo Halo 2 with Reach's engine, and you put that storytelling hook in Halo 2. Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Because the human side was like, blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. Chief, blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. Just go blow that thing up, hit the switch, blow it up, shoot that thing, blow it up. Now, put more of a Civil War approach to it, dude. Oh my god, that's like, you should write fan fiction, seriously. Okay, are we gonna get a checkpoint? Come on. Okay, I want to try something here.
I'm extending the landing pad now. Come home, Lieutenant.
She's extending the landing pad. Whoa, what's... Okay, I'm not gonna mess this up. Let's just go to checkpoint.
Noble 6, you are one steely-eyed Spartan. I'm extending the landing pad now. Come home, Lieutenant.
Okay. I don't want to break this. Okay. This part sucks, by the way.
Look at this place. Used to be the crown jewel.
He's so fucking
Not
cool, dude.
anymore.
I love this. I love his character.
Hey, you made it.
It's a regular family reunion.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, you see Emil there?
Keep.
This is my character in Reach's multiplayer from back in the day. He looks a lot like Emil, doesn't he? Yeah. Right? Huge Halo nerd confirmed. Me and you. Dude, those are from back in the day. Those are like at least 12 to 15 years old. Because back when Halo 3 came out, Bungie struck a deal with McFarlane Action Figures, and they released like all the different armor permutations and everything. So these, like, I have at least 100 Halo figures total. I have all the ODST characters. I have all the Reach characters, all the main characters, all the multiplayer stuff, all the elites, the grunts, brutes. Oh, that sucks. What the fuck? Sorry. It's not my fault, but that sucks. I want to create a fanfiction or a multiversal story centered around the Banished part, spanning their empire, and we have stuff like Banished Spartan soldiers. Dude, right. Like, if you have an idea, even if you just jot ideas down in a notebook, because that sounds cool. Do it.
I gave him to you. I'll honor him my own way.
George always said he would never leave Reach.
Also, like, one of my crowning achievements here.
The big man was sentimental.
He gave his life thinking he'd just saved the...
Is he in 4? Atriox? But here, dude, this is like one of my all-time favorite gaming characters. Gray Fox from Metal Gear Solid. Dude, Metal Gear Solid, I'm getting a wave of goosebumps just thinking about it. This here. The McFarlane toys, or the McFarlane figures, are more like statuettes, but, you know, they're not very posable. Oh, okay. See, I've never gotten into the Halo Wars game. Not my thing. I appreciate them, and I respect the fact that people love them so much, but not my thing. Dude, Metal Gear Solid. Like, the thing with Metal Gear Solid, it goes back to the graphical discussion Lurks and I were having before. A lot. Metal Gear Solid's art direction is phenomenal, but remember, it's PlayStation 1 tech, so, like, the models are blocky and all that, but... And instead of having, like, faces, it's just, like, shadowed pixels, and when they talk, they're like this, their heads bob and stuff, and there's... But if you're gonna play any Metal Gear Solid game, just fucking download an emulator and play Metal Gear Solid. The story is so good and grounded in reality that the polygons disappear and you're watching actors. Like, you probably have a modest PC. Go search where you could find. There's a ton of ROM sites. Just download Metal Gear Solid. Like, it's not even a gig between both discs. I think the first disc is like 480 megabytes, and like the second disc is like 350. And download DuckStation, the PlayStation emulator, and just fucking play it, dude. Put it on easy, experience a story. Like, it's you like Civil War, dude. That's how good it is. Trust me when I tell you that. I am a huge Metal Gear fan. I don't have any Metal Gear figures to pull out. Dude, download and play Metal Gear Solid. Trust me when I tell you that. One thing I don't like to toot my own horn a lot, okay? I like to remain humble, but one thing I know for a fact, I have pretty good fucking taste when it comes to retro games. But my channel is one of the 3 pillars of my channel. Animations, current good games, and retro. Those are the 3 pillars of my channel. I don't care for Smash Brothers because the way I look at it, I grew up playing the GameCube version, Melee, and that to me is Melee. I think guest characters are great, but Melee encapsulated the idea that it was Nintendo's iconic characters as toys that you were playing as. So when you had like Cloud and Mega Man and Sonic the Hedgehog and Snake added to Brawl, I think that's fine and dandy. I mean, dude, it's a best of hits, right? Like, I am totally down for that. But for me, Smash Brothers, its essence is it's all Nintendo characters. So to have Sonic and Smash, I'm sure it's fun. To have Steve from Minecraft in it, I'm sure that's great too. But that's not Nintendo. I would argue that lightly and say ODST is, but ODST's elegance is in its subtleties. But yeah, having like Solid Snake and all these guest characters that are not Nintendo characters in a Nintendo game, I feel weird. Like, I think the first game that did this to really good extent was Soul Calibur 2. Best version of Soul Calibur 2 you could play, you emulate. Play the GameCube version, because it has Link. Xbox had Spawn, which was cool, and then the PlayStation 2 version, which was very weird, but he was a really good character, was Heihachi. Ah, okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. And I agree with that. I totally agree. Reach and ODST. More Reach and ODST, I agree. Absolutely. Because everybody is like, oh, Master Chief. Oh, Cortana. Why don't you love me? You know? But yeah, guest characters, it's great, but no thanks. I prefer Melee. Well, remember that when Reach was being developed, Bungie pulled the team aside to make ODST as kind of like a stopgap. And when you play Reach and ODST, or the other way around, ODST then Reach, I feel the similarities. Because remember, ODST was more about the human aspect. And, you know, because again, you're Iron Man, right? What about everybody else? That's what Reach was. And then, well, what about the human element of the Spartan program? That's what Reach is about. Yeah, dude, that's one thing. Like, that's an extension of the gear system, because I remember reading an EGM review, which I have a bunch of back issues from like 20 years ago. I saved all the key issues. There was an interview with Bungie with Halo 3, like press coverage, you know, to build up hype and all that and show people what they were working on. And Bungie devs, like verbatim, were quoted to say, hey, I'm trying to play, but redacted button is not being able to use it makes me feel weird. And of course, at the time, they were talking about gear, which was health regen, the little like green fuzzy emitter, the Titan bubble shield, which of course now Destiny bubble shield, the shield drain, the flare, the deployable Covenant shield, and the grav lift. Those were all the pieces of gear. I didn't like that in multiplayer. I hated dual wielding and I hated the gear. Reach kind of dialed back a bit, and they turned the gear into abilities, which the jetpack everybody uses. If you play, like, if we go to quit, which we're not, and we try to play multiplayer, everybody uses the jetpack. I think the sprint was a good idea. Oh, Gears of War. Dude, the first Gears of War is phenomenal. I liked 5. I streamed that when it first came out. 4 was... Was it 4 or 5? Anyway, the latest Gears was really good. Both of the latest Gears were great. I played through 1 and 3. I didn't play 2. The original Gears on Remastered is awesome. Gears was great. Gears of War, bring it! Actually, do I have, hold on.
Nice!
Yo, what do you think of, Gears of War there, Marcus?
Nice!
And he just got a...
Monster kill.
One more! Okay. Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I just never got into it. That's the thing. That's the thing. Welcome, Squeakiest Colon. Do you enema a lot? Is that why you're squeaky? Welcome to the stream. We're talking about Halo and fan fiction and how narrative is important. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. I'm telling you, dude, play Metal Gear Solid via DuckStation. Play it as legit and old school as possible. Trust me. Let's continue with this. I love the conversation, but let's continue with this cutscene, even though I don't like what happened.
We should all be so lucky.
Welcome, Squeakiest Colon.
Sir,
this town
that's
isn't it?
true about Gauntlet Red and Echo teams assigned to civilian
Welcome. Glad you guys are here.
Those are senior level
We got audience-created scarves.
Started.
Love you, man.
On defensive deployments.
I need that link to SATCOM, Cat.
Chasing it. But this console's got more
We got it all.
than transceivers. You didn't answer my question.
You want to know if we're losing?
I know we're losing. I want to know if we've lost.
Ooh, dude.
Colonel Holland hailing us.
See, I didn't like the heads-up display in Halo 3. The outline of Master Chief's visor, I did not like that. They fixed that here.
I am authorizing override of radio
and Squeaks!
protocols to link with this channel.
How long for a secure
As we
link?
watch some Halo.
Not secure anymore.
Could Covenant trace
There
it to
you go.
us?
He's keeping us company. I left the frills in
One hail. If you are
his bin.
receiving, acknowledge immediately.
Yeah.
Keep it brief.
This is cool. It's huge.
Carter here.
Huge.
Yes, sir.
We got movement. Multiple Covenant vehicles vacating the area. And they're in a hurry.
How often you see Covenant retreat for no reason?
Radiation flare.
Ah!
Big, 40 million root guns.
That's like a double entendre. I respect that, man. I wouldn't say I'm completely vegetarian. Like, I had bacon yesterday, and it was... We went to the kiddo's 8th grade graduation. The wife from her previous marriage, her son, we went up to New Hampshire because that's where he resides. And after graduation, we went to our favorite diner up in New Hampshire called the Airport Diner. Dude, I had 5 sunny side up eggs with home fries. Oh, excellent season. Whole wheat toast to sop up the yolk, and bacon. I don't eat meat normally. I'm more of a vegetarian. I feel better, but I do that. You know, I work out and all that stuff. I actually lost 70-something pounds in the past year from August. If you go to my YouTube and you check out my Retro and Reminisce tab, one of the first things I put there was, and the reason I'm mentioning this, you'll see. I'm not trying to completely plug myself. Yes, exploit. Yes, because the whole game you're like, yeah, hoorah, we're fighting the Covenant, and George is the first to go, but that was kind of like, you know, he chose that. But this scene here, absolutely. But if you go back and watch my Red Dead Redemption stream, that was back last July, right at the tail end of July, which is right before I started working out again. I used to be a personal trainer and everything, and my focus shifted, and I wasn't working out for like 3-4 years. And if you watch that and you look at me now, there's a big difference. I was 279. I didn't weigh myself forever. And the first day I went back to the gym, shortly after that stream series started, I stepped on a scale and begrudgingly it said 279. And as of actually yesterday, 224. Oh. What helmet is close to Spider-Man and Halo? I don't think any. There's no, I mean, you could get the EVA helmet, the EVA. It has the eyes. It has that, like, the thick cheeks, the squirrely cheeks, but it has those eyes. That's the closest one I can think of. Or the CQC helm, actually. The CQC helm is pretty sexy. I like that one. Everything is cooked with bacon grease. Give me some vegetables! Dude, bacon, though, like, I'll dabble in meat every now and then. What was it? We had an early 4th of July party since all my, like, IRL bros, like, we all grew up together and live locally. We're not going to be able to have a 4th of July party because a couple of them are traveling to Georgia for family. So at Vincey's place, which, again, exploit, my man Vic and Vincey, who I've known since sophomore year of high school, they were born and raised in Bombay, and they moved to Canada, like, in early 90s, and they then relocated here to Connecticut, which is when I met them. We all had a party, 4th of July party early, and I had some hot dogs. But, yeah, I don't really do meat. I do, like, beans and, like, vegan-style protein shakes and, like, eggs and stuff like that. Like, I'll still dabble in meat, but I don't normally eat it. Just a choice, really. I have nothing against it if you enjoy your burgers and your steaks and, you know, your bison burgers, which are phenomenal, by the way. Or your veal, your lamb, you want venison. Shark, for fuck's sake. Eat a crocodile. I don't care. If you like that, that's great. I just choose to eat my own way.
What's going on?
Atomic excitement scrambled the signal. 19 million now.
Source?
Atomic excitement!
Airborne.
Excitement!
Close.
How close?
That close!
I love how the camera gets brushed over. And you never see Emil's face. Or ours, for that matter. This part sucks.
First blessing. Me too.
If you've seen, oh, actually, never mind. She just put her helmet on. I was going to say, if you've seen Incredibles, like, no capes, like, no helmets. Keep your helmets on.
I'm on it. Our best option is a fallout bunker on sub-level 2. 96 meters northeast. We get orders from Holland, sir.
We're being redeployed to Sword Base.
And I love how each character has their own distinct personality, but their own look, too. Which plays off their personality.
Excavation data from falling into
like, you can identify with them just by looking at them.
It hasn't already.
Maybe, but according to Holland, the Covenant are still hunting for something.
Where does he get off calling a demolition a priority 1?
Yeah, dude, right here. This paradigm shift. But what I like here, let's just pause there for a second. What I like here, I know, dude, I remember the first time I was like, not Cat, what the fuck? She's so, her figure's awesome, by the way. I would totally bring my Halo figures out. But Like, I have to unearth them from the container they're in. Like, I have a nice clear plastic bin that they're in, and they're all bagged and tagged and everything. But, what I like is that it's just a random thing that just shot her. It's not like, oh, Tartarus shot Master Chief. We gotta get him. Yeah, dude, absolutely. And again, the human element is the strongest in... It's kind of there in the original Halo, but again, you're a super soldier, you're Master Chief. But thank you for the follow, by the way. I do highly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's the human element that really makes Reach, and even more so with ODST, shine. You know what I mean? Yep, absolutely. The human elements. Because, I mean, you're playing through the 3 Halo games with your Master Chief. Like, you die, you just your checkpoint. There's really no repercussions, right? So I'm killing Covenant. But here, 180, dude. Totally.
Come on, get in. Let's go. Come on.
God damn it. And I will say, this is the power of the gaming media. Because right now, I'm just like, damn. It's actually, I feel affected by it. Fallout 3 was the first game that did this to me. Now remember, we're playing a video game. Fictional characters, it's interactive, you're controlling it, there's, you know, actors, blah, blah, blah. But it was Fallout 3, Tenpenny Tower, where, you know, you start off, you exit the vault, you go to Megaton. It's just like Shanty Shack Town, and like everybody is like scrounging for survival. And there's this like group of crazy people who are worshiping a nuclear bomb, and you're like, okay, but you know, these are people. Like you got Gob the bartender, he's looking for his brother. The sheriff of the town needs a deputy. There's actually like a mercenary in town who will join you depending on your... There's Maura Brown with the Wasteland Survival Guide. She needs help. And then remember, the last time I played Fallout 3 was when it first came out, okay? This is me reminiscing about a game that I first played when it first came out in like 2007 or whatever. So I go to Tenpenny Tower, you meet Mr. Tenpenny, and you go up to the penthouse suite, and he's like, hey man, I got a proposition for you. Press this button, and you get permanent residence at Tenpenny Tower, because it's nice here. So you go out to a balcony, his assistant he opens up a briefcase, and you press the button, and you see this mushroom cloud in the background. Wait a minute. I'll read that in a sec there, exploit. Wait a minute. I just set off a bomb. That's the fucking bomb in Megaton. So I go to... Now, remember, I always did manual saves, because Fallout 3 system, it auto-saves every, like, 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, and then you manually save. So I manually saved, thank God, right before I did that. And that transpired, and I went back to Megaton, and everybody was either dead or irradiated. And I felt so terrible. I was like, dude, I killed Maura. I killed Gob. Like, he's not going to be able to find his brother. Dude, the sheriff needed help. The merc is dead. I reloaded the save, and I proceeded to murder everybody in Tenpenny Tower. That's the power of a good narrative. That's the power of a good narrative. It's a fucking video game that we could shut off right now. And that evoked emotion. That is the sign of good writing and excellent storytelling. One of the most important pillars of gaming. I mean, yeah, you know, you have like extraction shooters and stuff. You make up your own story, but single player experiences with a good narrative go a long way. And to like evoke that emotional response is fucking chef's kiss. But the Unity does something similar to the Elites and we get hard similarly. Dude, like imagine like rogue factions that are against... Well, I don't know about any of the later Halo games, but like imagine like, you know, the ODST truly hates you and they want you dead. You know, Friday the 13th the game, man. Don't get me started on the fact it's going to be shut down. Like, it's just, it sucks. It really does. Not as much as Cat getting shot. This sucks. I prefer Friday the 13th over Dead by Daylight. I heard of Dead by Daylight, I just have no interest in it. Yeah, dude, this, ugh. This is, fuck, dude. I'm taking a screenshot of this. Right there. Damn, dude. And I love how they're all clearly defined from left to right. Another screenshot. This is gorgeous, dude. This game is something else. 13 years later, this is still as striking as it was when it first came out. Ooh, the package. What? Oh, dude, you'll never forget it. You never forget your first. Fabbed Katha Ice Shelft? Fabbed? That actually wasn't a bad generation. That was before microtransactions came in and ruined everything. I think that was right at the cusp of when they added horse armor to Elder Scrolls, and that was a big deal. And Xbox Live Arcade had you had a size cap on Xbox Live Arcade games. It was, I think, 500 megabytes. I think it was I think it was Alan Wake that first broke the mold of 500 megabyte size cap on Xbox Live Arcade games. Oh my god, Ratatouille, Forza Motorsport. Ratatouille for PSP, nice. PPS SPP, dude, I'm telling you, good emulator. Wii Sports. If you were to say, Sai, what's the greatest Wii game of all time? Wii Sports. Because you're holding a waggle device. I have a gavel here. I don't know why. If you go like this, right? Like, I want to waggle the controller. Kind of looks weird. In-game, you just saw this, no matter how you were shaking the controller. If you played Home Run Derby in Wii Sports, and you did this, literally, this is what I did, that's how the bat would appear in the game. And I was like, this is impressive. Tennis, baseball, bowling, boxing, Home Run Derby, actually. That was cool. All right, so what we're going to do here, I would love to stay on much longer because I love conversing with you guys. But after this cutscene plays, I'm going to save, and we're going to pick this up tomorrow. And I'm definitely feeling the warmth from this scarf.
Go ahead. We need that base taken out, son. What's your status? Still outside. Thermal on the interior shows standing room only.
And you can hear Carter's temperament in his voice. He's like,
Noble 1. Holland down.
Actually, no, that's Holland. Never mind, it's not Carter. Yeah, dude, this will always be special to you. Halo was the first of its kind I played. Oh, dude.
Get it done.
Nice.
6, are you in position?
Affirmative.
God, this game is so good.
Execute.
All right, guys. Let's wait for the checkpoint. The checkpoint to come up.
Covenant own this sector now, but they're defending for a major strike, not a small group infiltration. Eliminate all hostile ground-to-air defense so the rest of Noble can land at sword base for the torch and burn.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, I must bid y'all farewell. I am not touching this until tomorrow. I'm saving these games exclusively for stream. I'm going to take the scarf off after the stream because it's warm. Dukes, thank you so much for this. I will cherish this forever. Thank you so much. And I will say, X-Boys, thank you so much for stopping in, as well as Mr. Squeaks. I hope to see you guys tomorrow because we will be continuing with this. And as soon as we're done with this, I'll probably do like a day of Destiny 2 just to catch up with the seasonal story because I missed out yesterday and the servers are currently down. And then we're going to pick up with Halo 4. You definitely have me excited for Halo 4. Thank you so much. And again, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and chilling and gamer speaking the whole stream. I love what I do for this reason. Always great to talk with you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be warm and well-fed, my friends. I'll catch you tomorrow. Dukes, you're the man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This will always be over here, by the way. Keeping this here. This is awesome. Thank you so much. I'm out of here, guys. Again, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.